Yeah, I know. Do like the
happened.
preamble, like we're here at the 1,000, dude.
We've
bang,
reached
bang.
We've done
very exciting moment for everyone involved. It's like Lily is currently, and there'll be like one camera on her always getting banged, and then it'll be like, okay, we're cutting to Che, and like I wouldn't be talking constantly, but it'd be fun to just get in the mix.
Cup to cup.
Welcome, everybody. It is Cup to Cup, episode number 278. We have a fantastic fucking episode today, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining us. Fucking great episode. Something we have that we haven't had in a long time. And I know you guys and girls have been waiting for a long time. We have a guest. We have a guest, an actual live guest, comedian Che Durena.
as opposed to a pretend
guest.
guest. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking
no,
human or plastic. That's what I was going.
no plastic. Hey, maybe in the future
Not
we
a
will.
blow up guest.
Che Durena, Durena is I did the same thing where in the interview you'll see where when I pronounce his last name I just kind of mumble it a little bit. 'Cause I'm not good at names. Jason put me in charge of that and fully blame him. But
And Jay calls him out.
Yeah.
Jay's like, no. You were confident. I could tell you're getting a little squirmy, and then right at the end, you're kind of like, pulled away.
That first name you came in with a lot of confidence, and then
Jay Durena.
you made it very obvious.
But yeah, we have him on. We're about to listen to that in just a minute. But we also have This Is Where We Fucked Up. She's Always Right, Dad Tip. And then we're going to get out of here. It's going to be a shorter episode today because we have the guest. So it'll be shorter for us, but not for you. This sounds weird. I'm going to introduce my family here.
It's not the first time that you said that, huh?
I got Jose. Welcome back, Jose. Here he is.
What is up, boys?
What's up, man? You good?
not
I like
just,
your combo. Yankees, Knowles. Sorry about it.
Yeah,
Both.
you know.
Sorry about it.
Both. Chase is here as well.
Yo,
There he is.
he's so excited.
Chase.
So
I am
excited.
excited.
Just like
Chase
I'm so pumped
sporting
now.
the new background / foreground. He's a little nervous about the lighting and how things are looking.
Yeah.
You did add is that a Christmas tree
That
back
is a
there?
Christmas tree, yeah.
Look at you. Does it light up?
Nice.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, it's got little, like, ornaments, and
Yeah,
Hudson
yeah.
put
We
them on.
all have those.
But the ornaments actually, like,
We've seen
like,
Christmas
they
trees.
dampen the light, though, actually. It's like if I took all the ornaments off, it would actually, like, brighten up more.
So why?
Turn that light off then
So,
and
yeah.
let that Christmas tree glow.
Even with the light off, I'm telling you, the ornaments really just,
I
like...
trust your instincts.
Lampshade's a little crooked, but okay.
Speaking of
is, yeah.
trust,
Thank you for
I have Jason here. I trust you with everything. Welcome in. How are you? Still
Doing
sporting
good.
that hoodie that nobody can buy. Love it.
Not yet. We're gonna drop it.
Teasing it.
Dude,
Just teasing
I'm on a high
my
right
fucking-
now. I'm on a high with Che. I thought it was one of the best
That was
conversations
great.
we had all year.
It was
dude.
awesome.
Funny as fuck. Just incredibly funny as hell.
And extremely unique. You're not going to get a conversation like that, like, anywhere else.
It reminded me a lot of when we had a conversation with Ryan Long and then he fucking exploded.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling like Che's going to have the same thing.
Agreed.
So I'm excited.
He's got a great presence. He's hilarious. Yeah.
Yep. And I told those they articulate, so exact opposite
sure.
of me. So it's perfect.
And that's if you want to make it in the comedy world, you just have to be the exact opposite of Jason, is what we're saying.
Literally
check-
anything but Jason.
Yes.
not
Just
true.
check him out.
I've seen him do stand up live and it was good.
It
Jason
was
Payne.
not good. It was
You
not
weren't
good. There's a
bad.
video out there somewhere.
You kept it short and to the point, and I appreciated that.
Where is that video? We need
It's
to
a good
resurface.
question, dude.
I gotta see if I saved it. I feel like I should have. I probably deleted mine and saved yours, Kev. That's
There's
probably
no
what-
way that I did stand up and we have lost that. We need to find that.
We need to.
We also
circulate that
need
right
to get JC out to some of his shows.
now. Yeah,
We need to get
that would be
JC
nice.
to do a 5-minute stand up. Like
True.
he needs to just
We
put
got
something together. As much as
100%
Jason pressures me to do things, how is he not pressuring that young man
100%.
as well?
There's certain people that break a little bit easier.
than others. So it's just easier to pressure you to do things.
Yeah. I can pressure JC. It's just a lot of drugs that I have to like. Hey, if you do this, I'm gonna hand you some drugs, and then if you do this as well, I might give you a hand job, and then he's in. Kevin, it's just like I will do it if you just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I can't listen to your voice anymore.
The thing about our buddy JC is that he's definitely like a very animated person, right? And then on top of that, he has the attention span of
a squirrel,
a rock
of my. And so beer-filled dick here.
As soon as you would get him to be like, all right, fine, I'll agree with it, he's going to find something shiny or like a bottle of Jameson on the ground.
You have to walk him onto the stage.
He's the reason why you have publicists and managers that manage comedians. He is the epitome of that. Like, he needs that. Like, if you don't have someone saying, hey, what do you, like, he doesn't
That's not shit.
Let's say what other awful things can we say about
We're
him?
not saying anything JC wouldn't
He's got a
agree
small
with.
penis.
No,
I don't know
one
that.
of the biggest
I've heard that it's
gaming
huge.
companies
Oh,
in the
good for
fucking
him.
world, but
Well, let's
doesn't know
not
how
throw
to use
it-
a computer.
Let's not throw
I'm not
out
saying
all
the
his-
name. I'm not saying the name.
Okay.
I'm just saying you work for a giant gaming company. Doesn't know how to computer. Use a
Don't.
one of the
Yeah.
funniest fucking guys you'll ever. Actually, most of you guys actually have heard of JC. He's in like one or two of our segment intros. Name that show, I think, or what's that sound? One of the
Name
two.
that sound.
No, it's
What's that?
what's
sound?
that?
Come on
sound?
down and name that sound.
Yeah,
I
Name
think that's what it
that
is.
sound.
Yeah.
But anyway,
He's great.
yes,
He's
let's
such
do
a
an
rock
opening
star. I
item and
love
then we'll
him.
dive into Che. Giggity.
What a
Excuse me, do you know how much a polar bear weighs?
No, how much?
Enough to break the ice. Hi, Fred Searing. How are you?
He's hitting on the wrong chick. There's a chick behind him that's way hotter. I don't know what he's doing. Now, I'm a brunette myself. I like brunette girls.
You're a brunette?
I
guess you are a brunette.
Literally.
Yeah,
Literally.
But I am more attracted to brunettes by far than blondes. I like a 10 brunette is like a 4.
I kind of want to see the
Or a 10
Wait,
blonde
can I
is like
see
a
it
4
again?
for me.
I want to see what he's talking
But
about.
the girl in the background, not what I'm saying is I know this girl's a brunette, which would be more my type, but that girl in the background, way hotter.
I'm
That's
not
it.
playing it again.
Please don't play it again.
I was going to say, I was like,
folks,
Chase really wants to hear it
just
again.
hit rewind on YouTube right now, youtube.com/cup-to-cup show.
Yes.
Go check that out right now.
Hit rewind on something. Real
anyways,
quick, before I forget,
okay.
especially since we're talking about like hair, this is we have now welcomed Jason back post
Mustache.
Daddy Beard era.
I know.
With the mustache is gone. Jason surprised us all on Sunday morning as we were, feeding our families and starting our day with a picture of him with a mustache that was
And no shirt on.
there also was no shirt on, which it's fine.
I noticed the mustache.
I noticed.
But there was one thing that we were all noticing. There was this mustache. I didn't think it was bad. Honestly,
Yeah.
You were mean. You were
Honestly,
One of
He
us,
was mean.
one of us said
wasn't
Jose
mean.
was gonna love it, and he did. He was right.
I liked it. I thought you wore it well. I thought you wore it
I did
well.
not wear it well. Not at all. I scared the shit out of my kid. Literally says no, and that was it. That was all I said. No. I was like, all right.
he's
Well, back
Well,
to-
but that's because with kids especially, it's not what
too
they're
much of a
used to.
change.
Yeah, it's not what they're used to.
Way too much of a change. He's like,
What did wifey think? That's what matters.
Oh, no, the reason why I shaved is I was like, I'm probably gonna rep this for the next month, and I was like, some of you guys are nice, but I can't tell if you're telling the truth or not when it comes to the beard. I
I'm
think
always going to be
like,
honest to you about your looks.
When you guys say
That's
daddy
fair.
beard, I'm like, I think the guys like it. Maybe it looks okay. Me personally, I was like, I don't think I look good with a beard. So then I was like, hey, here's the tiebreaker. If my boys are true and they do think I look good, I don't think I look good. So that's 1-1. Let's ask the wife. I asked the wife, and she doesn't even hesitate. She was absolutely not. I don't like it at all.
What'd she
I'm like,
say
all right.
though?
So that's
She
what
described
said.
it. No, she gave describing.
It was probably
she
just
was
too
like-
different for her too.
Well, that was the mustache. Not the.
Oh, I thought that's what we were talking about.
No. I know for a fact you guys didn't like the mustache. I would never go out with the mustache.
I like the mustache.
That's what Jose's saying. He liked the mustache.
I like. Can we flash this? Can we?
Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie,
pull
can
it
we
up.
pull it up? Jamie, I
I'll
need
let
you to
Kevin
pull
pull
it
it
up.
up. But no,
give me a
Emily
minute. Give me a minute.
she goes, cop. You look like a cop. You look like a gay cop. That's what you look like.
Yeah.
No.
Is she wrong?
Not
What's
that
she
there's
wrong?
anything wrong with that.
I don't know if that's better. I mean, yes, it probably is better. But
Come on,
Michael
Jose.
said you look
Pull it
like
together, bro.
Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club, which is
Won an Oscar. Won
It
an
didn't
Oscar.
win an
I don't
One
think
and
that's
up.
I don't think that's how he meant
the
it.
character was fully dying of AIDS, but
Yeah, I think it has,
But it won an Oscar.
Won an Oscar. So fuck it.
Won
I'm
an
doing
Oscar.
a half-class full.
yeah. I thought you pulled it off. My personal opinion, I thought you pulled it off. I think Chris has better mustache genes. But I thought you did. I thought you could.
See,
win.
that's where I got offended because I feel like I could challenge that if I gave it more time. That was 30 days, and I was actually impressed with how much hair I got in 30 days. He
Well,
always
you know, there's
has-
a way to decide that, right?
Well, Chris
Yeah, just
doesn't
keep
grow
going.
Yeah.
a whole lot of hair, so
But he
it's
but he
just
never
very.
shaves though.
It,
Like, he's
all
always
of the hair
there.
just
It's like right
connects
over
into
that
the mustache
fucking
is what you're saying.
upper lip, and it's like fucking Live Forever Dale like level. Like it is.
It all like
it's a-
it all
it's a
navigates
strong
into his mustache.
I did,
And
ask
his
Emily-
dad had a mustache when he was younger, so the mustache gene, runs well
tracks.
in the
Okay, that
family.
tracks. I did ask Emily if it bothers her if I go down on her, like that kind of thing. Like if
That's
if,
a good
if-
question.
if-
That was the next question.
Were you gonna? Did you say who wants a
Not
mustache?
so much what
ride?
she thought about it, but what did she
Yeah.
think about it afterwards?
Did it bug you? And she didn't. She.
Look at that.
God, I do look like I'm dying. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do
No,
look
you
like-
don't. You look
You
good.
look beautiful.
Your
It
hair
was
looks
good.
way
I thought this
too
was-
good.
What time in the morning? This was pretty early, right?
This was early. Yep.
It's
I'll
the
just
kind of
give
thing
it to
that
you
look
early.
at.
I'm not gonna tell you the time.
Let's stay
Uh,
home.
I've known you for a long time, Jason. Yes, I was gonna say your chest is getting really hairy, bro. Like, what
Yeah.
is that? Something you
time.
trim? Do you trim it?
I trim it like every 3 months.
It's about that time, huh?
Yeah, it's,
No, it's not.
about that time.
No, it's not. It's fine.
I don't like
It's
chest. I don't like
perfect.
hairy chest. But I was trying to tell you when you guys were waxing, Kevin, when you were waxing, you're like, I got a hairier chest, and I was like, no, I think you just haven't seen my chest as hairy, and that's normal. This is normal amount of hair, man. It gets up there.
That's
I think
wild,
it's
dude.
I think it's just dark. I think
I
it's
think
dark.
that. Well, in that case, I appreciate you. Trimming it up before you come and see me, or before you see me. I feel like that's what you did. You were like, I'm gonna see Kevin this weekend. Let me trim
I
up
bet
the.
So
trim
he
it.
Well, I always
decided
trim before I see my
Yeah.
boys. I
that's
never
why
know.
his chest is always trimmed.
Yeah, because of me.
Let me
He's coming to-
manscape to go see Kev.
Without
I
a
mean,
doubt, I want to make
there you
sure.
go.
He probably used his manscape to do it.
They're not paying us.
We're not
anymore.
sponsored
We're not
anymore,
doing
Chase. You can let it go.
I'm
There
trying
you
to
go.
bring him back.
We don't
I'm
have
trying to
do
bring
that
him
shit
back.
anymore.
All right, back to opening item. Opening
Opening
item,
item.
guys. You want me to do it?
No, opening item, folks. Name a game that you played outside as a child that kids these days don't play anymore.
So many, but there's.
I'm not gonna say smear the. I'm not gonna do that one anymore because we used to do that, but I think they still
I
play
think
that.
they
It's
do,
just
they
called
call it something
else.
different. Yeah.
Yeah,
They've progressed.
yeah.
Well, no. The thing that I learned, Chase, and I think you called me out for it. I didn't know the transition between Indian style and crisscross applesauce. I didn't know when that happened. But like I said it. And
Wait, are
everyone's
you
like,
gonna tell me you
"No,
can't say Indian style no more? I'm fucking done.
You're not supposed to. It's
I'm
kind of
done.
appropriating. And I get it. It didn't dawn on me until I said it. I was like, oh shit. But that's a transition. So smear the queer should not be said. I
What?
100% back
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
I'm saying it
I love
because
how
never
I
did
left
not
it out
say
for the record. Jose.
He's gonna. I'm fucking keeping tally marks over here.
He's like, I implied it, but didn't say it.
Let's be here. Let's be clear here.
But no,
Kevin
put that in your
says
book.
Kevin goes, I'm not going to say it, but I still do it. Like it doesn't sound.
I
right when
didn't.
you
I
say
didn't
like
do
that,
it.
Kevin.
I didn't do it.
It's
You
either
the
goes,
one.
I'm not
smear
going
to
to say it, but
queer?
it's still a lot of fun to do. You know what I mean?
What is
Is
the
it
name?
fun
There
to
is a new
smear
name.
the that? No, I mean, look
I'm
in the
not adding
game
that.
at the moment.
that thing, that monster.
But no, for me, I'll let you guys think about it. For me, it's 500. We used to play 500 all the time.
Kids still play that.
No, they don't. I
Yeah,
ain't
they
never
do.
seen-
As someone who's worked with kids for years, they absolutely do.
There you go, Kev. You're out.
Well, later, guys.
But you know what they don't do anymore is Red Rover. That is a
You
game.
played that?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Nah, I didn't
That
play
was your
Red
way to
Rover.
get your aggression out of someone.
Yeah, are
you
you serious, bro? Play the
I
shit
really
out of
feel
that
like
game.
I didn't even think I got
I never
to
played that.
really play Red Rover. I don't think I ever played it. I thought I only
Red
saw it in
Rover is like a
90s.
70s game. Like, no, I didn't play that
We
shit,
played the
bro.
shit out of Red Rover and would absolutely destroy people.
It's not
Clothesline the
hard.
shit
It's a
out of
fucking
them.
full blast somebody against an arm. Like,
And
it's
that's
not,
why it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's why you break the wrist.
Yeah,
Yeah, you chop down.
That's what you go for. You go for a chopper. You're blowing that shoulder and you're taking them out, dude.
Just make sure that you're tall enough. Like you pick someone shorter than you so it doesn't catch the neck. That's really the key.
Break a
I've never
wrist.
played that. I mean, I
you're
played
good.
it, but I didn't play it like a lot. 500 definitely. I haven't seen any
There's
kids
a lot
playing
of names
500.
out
That's
here.
crazy.
I will give you that it's not played as often as I recall playing it as a kid, for sure.
I got you.
500 was a little blast.
I don't remember 500.
500 is a
Some people
game
call it jackpot.
where you would a whole group of people would line up on one side, guy would line up on the other side, he'd throw a football in the air, he'd say an amount,
Or a mystery box.
and whoever got 500 first. Yeah, mystery box was always for your best friend. So if your best
and
friend
if anyone
caught
else
it,
catches it, it's bankruptcy.
yeah, exactly.
That was always taken out of the game. You wouldn't want to do it. But I like the
Yeah.
ones. I like the guys who did throw that would name it right before someone would catch it.
Yep.
Like, I don't
And
like it where you would throw it. Like the normal rule is you would throw and go 500, and as it airs, someone's fighting for it. But for me, I always like the ones that would throw it, and then right before someone catches you, be like bankruptcy, be like shit, and just back off.
God.
What was the one where it was like no catch rule or something like that?
Oh,
Where-
it can bounce and you can get it? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Oh, there was
There's
a
lot
word
of
for
rules to
that.
this. And this is played with a football,
Yes.
Correct.
making it a little more challenging to
No.
grab if it bounces.
Oh, yes.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. I can't. Dead or alive. Dead or alive.
Dead or
Jay.
alive. That's what
Dead or
it is.
alive.
Never heard that. That must be,
400 dead or alive, meaning it can hit the ground and it's just first to pick it up.
And then that's when you start fucking
Oh
tackling.
yeah, people
bro.
are
That's when you
fucking
get
like
aggressive.
creaming each other.
That's a different kind of way to describe that.
That's what I mean. That's what you said.
I don't know what these kids are doing in Chase's version of 500.
Jose's
Jose,
like,
what-
I am absolutely down. Let's.
Well,
have-
Jose didn't say a game. What was yours? What was yours, Jose?
He's like,
No,
Michael, let's play some 500.
We're playing 500. We're gonna cream each other.
Ooh,
My-
you're taking a child's game to a weird place.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't think that kids still play this, and I don't know how many people actually play this. But when we first moved to Florida, I remember the first group of friends that I made, like in the street, that in my block, or I think I'll call it whatever, around my neighborhood, were playing this game called Spud. And I had never played it before, and so I Googled it just now to make sure that it actually was a real game and not something that they just made up. And it is a real game. It's called Spud, and nobody has played it here, so kids are definitely not playing it today. It was basically like you had like a bunch of kids and like a ball, and everybody was assigned a number, and so then one person would throw the ball up into the air and call a number out, 3. Whoever was number 3 would have to catch that ball. Meanwhile, everybody's running as far away from you as possible. Once you catch the ball, whoever number 3 is, then you call Spud, everyone stops running. And so essentially, if you weren't the one that's being called, the goal was to run as far away from as possible. And if you're the one that catches the ball, it's to hit the person that's closest to you, because then they're the next one in. It's like a version of dodgeball in a way.
Mixed with
so there-
500.
Yeah, there's a similar
Yeah.
thing that people are doing. I've seen like clips of them. They do something similar where they'll like play rock, paper, scissors or something. And then whoever wins, the other person has to run and they like pick up a baseball or not a baseball, but like pick up like a dodgeball to throw at him, something, or a paintball gun.
Picks up a
Some
pair
of them,
throwing
some of them
knives.
they get pretty
No, I've
intense.
seen that. I've seen the golf ball one.
But I've seen that. Holy shit. But I haven't seen a kid's version of that. So
Yeah,
That's
I like that.
interesting.
Yeah. I love that was like the first game I played like out in the street like that, because when I was growing up in New Jersey, we were living off of like a busier street, so kids weren't necessarily like, playing in the street, and so
Game
I always
on.
have that. And then we just kept, and we
Game
played
off.
it for years. It was like you know how that group of kids that you have growing up on your block, like into high school, we were still fucking around. Like, we should just fucking play Spud. All right, why not? And so it was fun. But speaking of that, I don't know if this is weird. This is
It's not.
snot. People have been
Snot.
going like you all know that I've been flying back and forth to Florida, and so I've been staying at my mom's house a lot. I have another funny story to tell about my mom today, but later. And I've noticed how the kids in the neighborhood are like, they don't like do shit out in the street anymore. And so, I was just thinking, I was like, isn't that funny how like the generations change, right? As I was just like, I was walking around my neighborhood and I was like, where the fuck are, like, I know that there's kids because I see them coming home, but nobody plays out in the street anymore. And it just kind of made me sad because it just reminded me of like doing that with my friends out there.
Yeah,
Our neighborhood is pretty good actually about like that. So I don't know. Like this, I'm in a very family neighborhood. I don't know if that plays a part in it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they feel safer. They feel safer. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I mean that there's more families. There's a lot of kids.
It's not as dark in your
It's
neighborhood.
a
Is that
safe neighborhood.
You're taking it to a weird.
It's not as urban.
Am I taking it to a dark place, Chase?
Jesus.
Oh
This is
god.
when it gets really uncomfortable. for
Jason's
Chase.
over here with a fucking plantation house and
Whoa,
talking shit
whoa.
about other people.
Wow.
Wow,
I
Chase.
think now's the
Wow.
perfect
Of all
time
the
to toss
things.
it over to our special guest.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna give one because I haven't given mine. But
okay.
I would. But no. To back up Chase, I do. There's a lot of kids that play in our neighborhood too. So maybe it's just.
It might just be,
just
yeah,
boys,
it just might be there's not a lot of kids though.
Jose, no, I
you were
understand
saying-
where he's coming from. One time in my neighborhood, like all the kids like went to one house, and I saw all the bicycles outside the house, and I was like, oh, "That's fucking awesome!" Like that like it melted my heart to see all
Yes.
the bicycles like at one
Yes.
house. Like we knew who everybody was, and you know, if you were a kid, you were like, "Okay, that's where they are." All right,
Oh,
never
yeah.
mind. I get.
Oh, yeah.
And
Especially
but-
the neighborhood that you grew up in. Like for me, because it's the neighborhood I grew up in, I'm just
See,
like,
I think that's also what it is.
There's,
And
like,
it
this
might just
nostalgic
it might just
feeling.
be that the neighborhood that you grew up in, just all the kids have aged out and haven't, there's not new kids to replace that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they're out.
I mean, the girls tried to come in the house the other day with their friend, and I was like, no. I was like, you guys are staying outside. They're like, can she come inside and play? I was like, no, you guys stay outside.
And
I'm
did
like,
you
okay.
just get ding dong ditched recently, Kev?
I did, and it was fucking
That was
awesome.
mine. That was mine. So until I saw that video, I was like ding dong dish, and I was like, wait, I feel like I saw this. And Kevin posted a ring video of two kids doing it. I was like, that's fucking amazing, and I loved it. So it made me happy
Yeah, I
that that's
wasn't
not
even
a
mad.
thing. Kids are doing that. So awesome. So mine actually goes to football, and I could be wrong, but I don't remember the name. I think it was Bull Ring, like Bull the Ring or Bull something. Basically, it was one of the one drills in football that scared the shit out of me, and I feel like it's been banned. And here's a fact check, Jose. You can look it up later. It's Bull in the Ring or something like that. Anyway, you grab a big circle of all your football players. You guys all have your pads
Ringing
on.
the
One
bull?
person goes ring. What is it?
Is it called ringing the bull? No, that's not.
I don't know. And then one person, let's call it me, you're
Bull
in
in
the
the
middle of the
ring.
circle. And basically your coach calls out each player and you guys run at each other full speed. But the catch is you go back to the middle every single time.
Oh,
and you
shit.
just basically get
So like
over
an
and
Oklahoma
over.
drill, except it's just one person.
Yes,
getting
exactly.
Destroyed
And you're
every
just
time.
getting destroyed over and over. I remember doing it 2 times, and I was like,
Terrible.
I will quit football if I have to do this again. Like this, I was petrified about that. So, and again, in our school, we had JV and varsity merged. So I was just playing with big ass dicks, just fucking me up, and I was
Big
not
ass
about
what?
it.
Jason's like, I felt him flopping on me.
I'm so glad that everyone kept nice and quiet around him saying that he was just playing with
He's like,
us.
that's gonna be
Whatever
played
it's
next
called,
week.
I don't know if it's
Bull in the
illegal
ring,
now
I
or
believe.
not.
Bull in the ring.
Bull in the ring. If that's what it is, I feel like it's illegal and kids don't play it. And thank God. So
Thank God. I thought you were gonna say something else. You're just like, and thank God. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I feel like
That was it.
that's definitely not around anymore.
it sucked, dude. I fucking hated it. I was like, this isn't fun. I was like,
Yeah,
the
being
thing that
Din-
made me think about it. What's that?
Good. Good. I was gonna talk about
The thing that makes me think about it is that I thought people did that all the time. So I was like, people really enjoyed that and then became athletes, like pro athletes.
yeah,
I was
they
like,
did.
you guys are fucked in the head.
No,
Those
that
are those
builds,
guys that say that they love getting hit.
that builds a man.
Has to
That builds a man.
Shut the fuck up. It builds something.
Puts hair on your chest.
Builds-
Obviously, you got plenty of that.
CTE.
It does that as well.
Yeah.
Being Din Dog Ditch was awesome though. I mean, like I was like, I saw it on my camera. I saw some little kids like scared to touch the Ring doorbell, which obviously has a camera on it. I guess they didn't see
How
that.
can you ding dong?
It does make ding dong ditching a little different. than
does.
it was
And then
back in the day.
they like came back and like pointed out. They were like, "We've already done this house." And then they were like, "But look, there's a camera right there." And they pointed like my driveway camera. And I was like, "You don't see the fucking camera on the goddamn doorbell." So they just walked away. They were like, "Let's get out of here," you know. So it was awesome.
They also did it
hilarious.
during the day, which I never did during the day. It was always night. It was always.
I just
nighttime.
showed you how much our neighborhood like doesn't give a shit, and then and like Jason said, if you get on fucking what's the website called, the Next Door.
Oh,
If
next
you
door.
get on Next Door and you start complaining about kids doing that shit, you're just
I hate you.
hopeless.
Yeah,
I hate you.
yeah.
I think I hate you.
No, I really will.
What
Like,
if-
if I saw that on Next Door, I was like, "Grow up, dude. Let the kid be a kid. Shut up."
What if
Yeah.
the kid did that, but you had a newborn that you had just put down?
It's
sucks.
happened. It's the same.
It's what it
thing,
is.
bro.
No.
Yeah,
I
get
know in
over
the
it.
back of my mind I might be pissed at the time, but like I'll go to bed going, "Nah, I'm glad I didn't say anything." Was I mad? Fuck yeah, but fuck no. That's
Now, if you're lighting the fire on fire, or if you're lighting the shit on fire and putting it on my doorstep, you know that's a
Different
different
story.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ding dong ditch me. Hey, I'm a ding dong.
But also,
Laugh at you.
jokes on you if you stomp the fucking fire. If you have a brown bag and you stomp on that because it's on fire, that's on you though. At this point, I mean, there's
They
been
haven't
movies.
seen Billy Madison. That's really
Yeah,
what it is.
there's hundreds of movies out
We've
there that
moved
if
past
you
this.
stomp on that, that's
It's
on
one
you.
of those
really.
flaming bags again.
It's just an IQ test to make sure if you're a dumbass. All right, we got a dumbass neighbor at 402. Guys, they're stomping on.
That's
dust.
not far from my number, by the way. Just
Keep guessing. Keep guessing.
I know his address. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I can say that.
Yeah, you
the
just blow
street
everyone
starts with
else's
an
spot
S.
up.
Hey!
I'm sorry, what else I fucking hey guys, I'm gonna do a little magical wind, noise, and it's gonna go up to Che, and you're gonna enjoy that fucking
Enjoy it.
interview.
You will definitely enjoy it.
All right, folks. Like we talked about before, we do have a guest. I know everybody's surprised. We actually have a guest once again. Fucking hilarious stand-up comedian, Che Durena. Welcome in, Che.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Didn't fuck up his name.
No, you nailed it. You did a great job.
As he's
so
doing
proud.
it too, you could tell
He's
his
so
face was like getting redder and redder.
I was like, you know.
You can't
but,
tell if it's his video fucking up or he's just, nervous.
Yeah. No, I could feel him. I could feel like the tension building up when you're like,
thank you.
he's like, I should nail this. And then when it's like the moment, you're like, you mumbled a bit. You did a little Che Durena.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did. He called you out. I heard it too, bro.
So, JD.
We can go with JD. That's good.
3 dicks later, he's gonna just be calling you C the whole time. He's like, I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm C, bro.
You get a couple dicks in him and
Yeah, and then it just
Before-
changes, dude.
Before we dive into your stand up, because I have all these notes of probably the 5 videos that stand out the most to me.
For
I
sure.
pulled one clip. I think it's something along. It was a stitch that you did, where the chick's like something like, "What's the worst feeling you had?" And it just resonated. Where you the driblets.
Yes,
I
know
thought that
exactly
just
what you're
as 4 guys, I feel like, and I told the joke to Chase and I showed it to him, and he's like, "Fucking absolutely, we all
Perfect.
we all can.
You've been there.
We've all experienced
Yeah.
it."
yeah.
But before
Yeah.
we dive into that and your stand-up stuff, we have Florida Man, where basically I am going to read a headline. I'm going to leave out a blank, and we all try to fill it in
For sure.
together. So let me play that segment, and we'll get into it. All right, so the rules are simple. It's normally one blank, and it's always out of Florida. I had 2 back and forth, and I couldn't figure it out which one to do. So I'm going to do 2 blanks or a 1 blanker. I'm going to do a 2 blanker this time.
All right.
So this one's naked Florida man blinks tree, then blinks cop.
Oh.
So 2 actions. 2 actions.
He humps the tree
Okay.
and then he blanks cop. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He comes on the cop.
Ooh,
Jesus.
that's
kind of
good,
what's that movie?
Chase.
Grandma's Boy. I can't stop coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
And you
Chase,
and
that's
don't
good.
hesitate, Che. This has been a thing in it for a long time that if you feel like a guy got it right, you can copy off his answers. There's no shame in this game.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna say climbs tree
Ooh,
and
Okay.
tackles / pounces on cup.
Okay.
Pounces is what
like
I'm gonna
it.
go with.
I like
Climbs
that.
tree and pounces on cup.
That's good. Like he's probably high on meth. Thinks he's like
Yeah.
a fucking like lion or like a
Exactly.
A
He's
panther,
got some
a
panther
Florida
action,
panther. Yeah.
Yeah, Florida
Yeah.
Panther.
I'm gonna steal both of your answers. I'm gonna say he climbs the tree and comes on the cop.
Okay.
He wants to get up high, a bird's eye view for the
Yeah,
observation.
I mean,
yeah.
Exactly.
The cop
Make it
never
rain.
saw it coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Jesus,
There
bro.
Can we give him the crickets? Yeah.
you go.
All right.
I liked
there
it.
was
I liked it.
technically there might have been 2 correct. I don't know. I'll let you guys.
Put it on the board.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's naked Florida man humps tree, then punches cop.
Oh,
And
humps.
the story
Yeah.
goes, humps. It's thrusting, and then the other one pouncing punches. I mean, you could see it.
I
maybe.
wouldn't say they're the same. I wouldn't give me that point. I would
Yeah.
just
Okay.
being
All right,
100% honest.
Yeah, we
like this
can't give
guy.
him the point. I don't give a shit who he is. I'm gonna be honest.
So the story goes 21-year-old Alonzo was found by the cops hugging and they said thrumping, but it's thrusting a tree.
Mhm.
He was completely naked and allegedly high at the time because the cops caught him running in between streets. In between them chasing him, he got hit by a car. And then to
Jesus.
avoid the cop, he
hell
thought he
happened
just
to this
punched
poor
the cop
guy?
in the
And they're
face.
saying allegedly high. There's no fucking shot that he's not high as shit on crystal meth.
Yeah.
Very
He's
specific.
getting
very specific.
he's getting hit by cars and humping trees. Like
Yeah.
he's not sober.
No. This guy's living his best life right now.
Where was it in Florida? Is this
That's a good
actual
question.
Florida?
That's a good question.
I forgot where it came from, but
Oh,
I want to
jeez.
say it was Grady. So that's what Polk County. Che, where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Canada. I'm from like Vancouver-ish area. I grew
my
up
But
wife's
you've
from
been to
Southern
Florida.
Yeah, I've been to Florida.
I saw
many
you did
times.
some West Palm stuff. So
Yeah, I've been to. I've been to West Palm, Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, St. Pete's. I've been all over Florida.
literally
What's
more
your
places
favorite
than I've
city
ever
and
been
your
in
least-
Florida.
What's your favorite city and least favorite city out of Florida?
Favorite
question.
city? Probably St. Pete's. St. Pete's or Tampa. I like both of them. I mean, they're right next to each other, but I love both those places.
Do you like them for like visiting or like them for like
The comedy scene.
comedy? Yeah.
The comedy was great there, but the vibe too. Like
Gotcha.
I like the Ybor is cool. They got all those
Yeah,
like
Ybor is
chickens
cool.
running around, and like I like how it looks like old timey. St. Pete's is like a fun like artsy city. A lot of young people. They know how to party over there. My least favorite probably Jacksonville.
Jason
I
lived
just
there.
moved from there.
Okay.
It's a shit town. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
part of
it's-
Jacksonville were you there?
Oh fuck, I couldn't tell you. Like the southwest part of Jacksonville. I'm trying to remember what the comedy
Orange?
club was. That
Oh no,
maybe?
I know exactly where you are. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
the
comedy
comedy
club.
connection and the
Yeah,
Ramada. Yeah, that's what
Okay,
it was.
yep.
Yeah.
We went there. I went there with my wife. Before we had a kid, we'd always do stand-up comedy. Like that was our thing. Wherever it was, we'd pay her or it was free. And we went there one time and that was it. We're like, yeah, that was kind of weird.
It's
so we never
just
went back.
not a great area. And Jacksonville is like I like a walking city. I like a walking city. I've lived in lots of
Yeah,
walking cities. My favorite. Like I live in New York now. Like it's like I like a place where I can go. Like that's why I like St. Pete's. Like St. Pete's is just all stuff super close. You can walk around to.
Yeah.
But Jacksonville is just so spread out. It's all highways and like strip malls.
and
Yeah.
and bridges and
Yeah,
bridges.
yeah.
Yeah. City of Bridges. That tracks. But that being said, man, you came across our profile. You hit me up and said you want to be on the podcast. I got
Yeah.
a boner from it. Then
It
Kevin, like
doesn't
Kevin
take
said,
much.
Kevin said earlier, we were going through your stuff earlier this week, and we're like, we fit perfectly. You guys
Yeah.
go check out.
You can
what's
be a
your
part of the
Instagram right
podcast.
now? We'll plug it like 1,000 times, but where's your Instagram or where's your best content people can find you right away?
If you want to come, if you're looking to check out my pod, check out Dark Holes with Che Durena. That's we do 2 episodes every week, 1 episode regular, 1 episode Patreon. And then if you want any of my stand-up content or anything, it's Che Durena on all platforms. CHEDURENA. So that's where you can find my stand-ups, my like reaction videos, all that kind of stuff. It's like anywhere, any platform you look on, I'm there.
And am I
That's fucking
wrong?
awesome.
You do a solo podcast?
Yeah, I do a solo podcast. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I thought it was solo. I didn't like go through every episode you've ever done, but I listened to like the first like 45 minutes of one podcast, and I was like,
Yeah.
Does he do every episode? Like that's like fucking.
I can't imagine.
Solo podcasts are
Yeah.
awesome. Like I'm a
I
big
just-
Theo Vaughn. I love Theo. And his solos are some. I mean, he has great guests.
Yeah.
But his solo podcasts are sometimes better than his regular ones.
Being able to like really dive into the shit I want to talk about, I really enjoy that. And it's actually helped me be like, I've been doing stand-up for like 12 years now, and this has helped me be a much better writer because I have to like take every week. I'm like just taking whatever. Okay, what was popping this week? The concept of the podcast is like, what sort of thing, dark holes on the internet did I fall into this week? And so it's like I'm taking those, and then I have to pull jokes out of those. And so I'm taking all these subjects that I probably never would have written about, and working my comedy muscle, and it's made me so much better at creating jokes about anything.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We almost landed her, but she was booked today or not this week, or she was booked last week and we couldn't do last week or something like this. But one of the skits that like, I was like, I got to get her on the podcast was the one where you talked about she was talking about this girl that basically she's, I don't know, maybe late 20s, early 30s. And she's fucking grandpas. And your skit was like, you can't even call your grandpa for 15 minutes. She's out. Fuck him. I have no problem with this, whatever. We tried to get her on the podcast and she was down. And I was like, listen, when I hit up people with like about feed or like those kind of like niches, they think I'm here to make fun of them. And I'm like, look, I swear to God, this is just a fun podcast. I have nothing. I'm not here to make fun of you. I really want to know how the
We're
fuck
not judging at all.
Yeah, just
It
a wild
was.
story. Yeah. Wisconsin Tiff, she's great. We did. So I talked about it on the pod, but we also had shot some content together too. Not like porn stuff.
Yeah, sure did.
But we shot
Patreons, right? Patreon.
Yeah, that's what the Patreon's for, baby. But we shot some like a fake prank video that I thought was clearly a fake prank, but it got like some people like stole it and reposted in other places, and it went crazy viral because everyone thought it was
That's
real.
awesome.
But she's great, and she's very funny, and she's very like talented at creating viral hooks or like things that people really want to check out in porn. Her thing before the grandpas was she would like fuck bedposts. So she would take like you know that like if you have a bedpost, there's like a little egg on like the end of it. She was I saw her on a podcast talking about it, and she was like, I saw that, and I was like, that's gonna make me a lot of money. And she like lubes it up and like sits on it. Yeah.
That seems comfortable.
Wild.
Seems comfortable.
Yeah, dude. She makes a ton. That was her thing, and now it's the old dudes. And she's like, I think she did like a 15 dude, all fans blow bang. So it's like all just dudes that are like not porn stars but just want to bang. Are all showed up to like do this stuff, and it was real too. Not like some people like, oh, I fuck fans, and they never actually do. She does.
I wonder how many she turned down.
Also, you want to be first in that line, right?
Yeah. I would assume. I mean, some guys want to be last. Some guys want to be last.
Yeah.
Did you hear about? Do you know? Oh, sorry.
No,
You have?
No, you're good. You're good.
You have?
Okay,
Jason?
You've been last?
Go ahead.
No. I have seen this. That's a kink in its own to be last.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that.
I was
Yeah,
not.
What
aware
were
of
you
that.
gonna say, Trey?
Is there a name for that?
I don't know what the name. It's definitely some sort of when you want to be degraded kind of thing. It's in the realm of. It's like a degradation offshoot, I would say.
Yeah. Somebody wants to clean up the mess, you know?
Yeah, you're a janitor fetish, I guess.
Oh, wait a second.
But there's Lily Phillips right now. Lily Phillips, so she shot a video that was 101 dudes in 14 hours, and she shot all these different scenes with these guys.
Jeez.
And now
Wait, say it again.
101 dudes in 14 hours. And now she's going for the record. The world record is held by Lisa Sparks. She did 919 guys in about 12 hours. Each guy had about 45 seconds with her, and it was just like next guy, next guy, next guy, next guy. So Lily Phelps is she put up this thing, a casting call, male casting call. She wants to break the record and do 1,000 guys in a 24-hour period.
Come on, Lily. Come on,
Come
Lily.
on, Lily.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
We got it.
I can't even like wrap my head around that.
I think it's
Crazy,
hilarious.
right?
Her last name is Phelps, like the fucking Olympic champion. Too. Come on, let's go.
I just feel like you'd have to load up on like painkillers because eventually you're just fucking hurting, right?
I think they even when they shoot regular porn, I think they lube up their pussies like crazy. Like they have like almost like an
douche?
enema type thing. Yeah, like a douche, and you're like shooting like lube way up in there. So I'm assuming she's just gonna be like reapplying constantly. And I don't know if the dudes are stroking or if they just put their dick in for 45 seconds and pull out. Like I don't know what qualifies.
Constitutes, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you're reducing strokes by like just having the guys put their dick in for a bit and then pull it out. But I don't think like you're not going to feel good at the end. You're going to feel pretty worn out.
Yeah.
She said after the 101 dudes, mind you, she was shooting full scenes with these guys. These aren't going to be full scenes. But she said after the 101 dudes, it felt like she was hit by a truck.
Jesus.
Dude, I don't. That's. I mean,
She
is that
had like
an
concussion symptoms and shit. Too,
Yeah,
just
she's got
like
CTE.
Is that an official Guinness? Like, will Guinness like qualify that? Like,
Yeah,
do they get that?
my daughter brought home the Guinness Book of World Records from her book fair, and I didn't see these in there. So
I mean,
It's a
there may
different
be-
book. It's a different
There's a
book.
different like league that covers these like it's or a
More
different
adult
board or
themed.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we know what there is a set record and it's very well known. It was in 2007, I think, that Lisa Sparks did it, so it's known. And
Damn,
it
she's
can
held
be
the
broken.
record for a minute, huh?
For a minute, dude. No one else
She's
is
a
on for it.
pioneer. She's a pioneer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you would kill to be like a play-by-play for that. Like, you're in a room-
we literally talked about this on my pod today. I was covering this, and I would love to be like I'm like, this needs to be more than just like a single piece of content you watch on OnlyFans. This needs to be like a live streamed event, and I could be in there with like a mic talking to the guys in line and being like,
Interviewing them.
yeah, like I want to talk to the first dude,
Hey,
and
what's
then I
it- what
want
are
to
you
talk
going
to the
with? Yeah.
last dude, and I want them to talk to each other. And it's like, how do you feel about being first? And like the guy who goes first, there needs to be like a ribbon cutting, and like, hey, you're getting into the pussy. Like it's
and they said no.
like I mean I just talked about this on the pod today.
Oh, okay.
And so maybe I'll like send that clip to Lily's team or something, or I'll pitch my idea. But I would love to be. Did you guys ever watch MXC? Do you ever Most Extreme Elimination Challenge? Remember there was Guy Ledouche who would like talk to the people like before. Like I'd love to have like a little suit on and a little outfit and be like, hey, and talk to Lily. Like, put the microphone is, hey, you're at guy 500. How are you feeling? And she like get the. It's great. I think it would be great.
You're halfway through the marathon.
My
at
mind
that
goes
point.
everywhere. Like first, I was like,
Oh,
he's
bro,
gonna have a
me
little
too,
mic,
me too.
and then I'm like, no, it's got to be like he's got to have a cameraman behind him, like a massive, and he's got to be in a nice tuxedo. Like I'm like my mind's going all over the place. That would be fucking hilarious. If you did.
I think it would be great. I think it would be
It's got
great.
to be
Even
like
the
one of those
police-
long mics, like the
long skinny
contest.
mics, yes.
Yeah,
the
like
long
an
skinny
old
ones.
like an old game show host.
Game show. Thank you.
That's
That's-
I didn't picture it any other way, Kev.
Yeah, dude. I got like
That's
a bow tie
fucking
on. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
yes,
A
it's
seersucker.
Yeah, and we'll do like the
happened.
preamble, like we're here at the 1,000, dude.
We've
gang
reached
bang. It's like
done
very exciting moment for everyone involved. It's like Lily is currently, and there'll be like one camera on her always getting banged, and then it'll be like, okay, we're cutting to Che, and like I wouldn't be talking constantly, but it'd be fun to just get in the mix.
like
you
this.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So-
5 away, dude. How you feeling? You getting nervous?
Kevin and I, one of our biggest, like, I think things that him and I connect with are the crowd work that you guys do, like comedians.
Yes.
Like, I find that to be one of the
Hell
best
yeah.
things in the world. So he
Yes.
pulled up clips.
Yeah.
So the one that comes to mind, and we don't have to talk about this one, but my question after I give up this example, just because your crowd work is awesome, but what I think is unique about it is you somehow get some fucking crazy stories out of people that I don't see coming.
You
And
got
one
some
of the
freaks
ones
at
was
your
the-
place, dude.
there's the freak. So funny thing is like this one wasn't about sex. This was like the burglar of that orders the pizza
Oh yeah.
at the house.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, you stole a pizza box? No. I broke into a house and then I ordered a pizza to the house I broke into.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
so those kind of stories, like out of all of those, what's the one that comes to mind that you're like, holy shit, this person really told me that?
There was, what is the craziest thing that someone told me? There was this one dude who told me, this was in Jacksonville, actually. This
There we
guy
go.
Of course
told
it
me,
was. Of course it was.
he told me a story about how he used to be a drug dealer. And I was like, oh, what did you sell? And he was like, coke. And I was like, how much should we move and do? And he was like, oh, like bricks. Like I smuggled,
Jesus
I think he said I smuggled like 4 kilos or 3 kilos across the border. And I was like, what, really? And he was like, yeah, like it was my last job. It got a ton of money. And then he's like, and then I put my daughter through school. And then I was like, oh, what did she do? And he's like, oh, she went to an art program. And I was like, dude, you risked it all. So
Oh, for the art school?
for an art school? It's kinda
She's not a doctor.
yeah, exactly.
She should be at fucking Harvard.
Like, it's like, dude, she could have done that. She didn't have to go to school for that. Like, art school is kind of a scam, dude.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
insane.
It's like, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
really thought you were gonna turn that around and be like, she turned into a fucking FBI agent or something crazy.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
Like,
It's just
yeah,
kind of
that
like
sucks.
a lot of effort for. It's like, hey, I love her, so she can do whatever she wants, and I took this risk for her. And if she wants to go to art school, she wants to go to art school. Yeah.
The one other one I'll let Kevin, because I know Kevin's got something. I gotta know if it was a skit or if it's truth, because we got a boy here that has a vasectomy. Did you get a vasectomy? And I quote, because you're irresponsible with your cum?
Yeah. I did get a vasectomy.
That's
Responsible.
wild, bro.
Yeah. Because I was just out there like fucking. I have a girlfriend now, but I was
Nice.
for a long time just kind of like really sloppy with my dick, and like it got in my head where I was like, if there was anything that's really gonna fuck up my career, it's an unplanned kid that would really fuck my shit up. So I was just like, let's just nip this in the bud, and if I want to reverse it, I can
Literally.
reverse it. And
I
I
was
know
about
there's
to say, is that something you would consider doing, or you're good?
Yeah, I think like if it came up and I was with the right person, like if like I'm really happy with this girl right now, we're crazy about each other, and I like if down the road she was like, hey, I want kids, and I'd be like, yeah, let's have kids, and I would flip it. It's like about a 10-year timer. After all the research I did, after about 10 years, it's harder to reverse it. Like your chance of successful
You got that,
reversal
Chase?
goes
Yeah,
down.
I'm not ever gonna reverse it, so I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. So you're good.
You got a timeline though.
Mine is
you-
permanent.
Do you already have kids?
I have 2 kids. Yes.
Yeah, so you're like, yeah,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
So I might end up going into the knife 3 times. I might have to reverse, have the kids, and then reverse again.
Nope.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And also there's probably someone listening who's like, oh, you know, it's not 100% for the reverse. I know it's not. 100%.
It's not. But my
Yeah.
dad did it. I'm alive today because he did it. So.
There you go. Exactly.
Oh,
So
shit.
Yeah, my
forgot about
dad
that
had
too.
it reversed and then had me and then was like, oh shit, I fucked up. I definitely need to get a vasectomy again.
yeah, and then was like fucking.
I need to re-up.
yeah.
Re-up.
He's like, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
And like me and your dad might be on a very similar trajectory. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. I saw that and I was like, I can't tell if that was a skit or not, because the way you were like, I mean, you just hit it right. I don't know. It was on a podcast with somebody else that you said it. And I was like, I don't know if he's fucking with me or not, but I gotta ask. I gotta do a follow, just because Chase got it a month ago.
Yeah. Basically a
Timed
month
out.
ago,
Yeah.
November 4th.
Yeah.
Always
Right on.
remember that day.
How was it? Was the procedure?
I hated it. I
it
hated
was really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I was really bad. I was like really anxious. I got in
It's
my
all
own
in his
head.
head.
Yeah.
Okay. My guy was like so good. He like was like in and out real quick. It was like little to no pain. I do only have one testicle though, so I think that adds to it. I think it's literally half the tissue that's being
Is that
worked
true?
with. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
How'd
Like
you
one
manage
testicle.
that?
I was born that way. One never dropped, so they had to surgically remove it when I was a kid, or
wow.
a baby. Like a fucking. I have no memory of ever having 2 nuts.
That's great. My buddy, this is so weird. I'm not gonna say his name because he's gonna blast me for it. My childhood friend,
Say what it
his
rhymes
nut
with.
didn't drop, but they actually shot him with steroids in it.
Oh,
and
yeah?
it dropped that way. So, damn, I didn't
mean-
hear that. You either get steroids, you get a cut. Like that's
I guess
that's
that
crazy.
I don't know why they went with the reason they went with. From everything I heard, it was because it can like get infected and can get sepsis or something like that. But it was just stuck in a certain position, and I had to have surgery basically like fresh out of the womb. I still have a scar. That was the situation.
Makes me think. Do you
crazy.
produce less cum because of that? Like,
I don't think so, because most of your cum is coming from your prostate. So like,
yeah, you know
your-
more than I do. There you
Yeah,
go.
the goo, most of the goo you're seeing is prostate related. Like if I had my prostate removed, I wouldn't be able to have kids.
I've said this before. I think comedians are secret geniuses. Honestly, every
Facts.
comedian we've had,
100%,
are
yes.
just- like I think you guys put a front that like, hey, we're dumbasses and we're just fun.
Yeah.
But like every time I have a conversation, I'm like, this guy's he's fucking smart. Like, and
Yeah.
who was the other? David, I forgot his name. He played with the awkward silence. I forgot the comedian we had.
The
on. He was
one
just-
you're talking about, the one who had that show Girls 5 Eva, or is that a different one?
different one. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we've had multiple comedians in our time, and every time I talk to them, I'm like, secret genius. You guys are
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, that's
smart,
a very
man.
nice compliment. Thank you.
Yeah. But
while we're talking about compliments, we have another podcast host that comes on, and he's actually at a Christmas party tonight. Fuck him. But he's got a one rule, and it's no butt stuff. Now, I think that you're quite the opposite as far as you and your comedy scene.
Yeah.
Lots of butt stuff. Lots of butt stuff. And I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
But is he like no giving or receiving? Like he
No
won't-
anything.
Correct.
Don't get
No,
me
it's
close
kinda like-
to an asshole.
he's
Like,
kind
you
of
know.
like freaked out about it. Same with
Yeah.
feet. Like if you bring up feet or butt stuff, it almost makes them uncomfortable. So I don't know if he has some kind of childhood trauma or what it is.
He just
but
repeats the phrase over and over again, no butt stuff.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, poop is just like there's poop in there. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty when it like I'm not like I'll eat the ass, but I'm not crazy about anal. Because of the poop, but I've done it. And so I'm like, yeah. And like, I've had my butt eaten, but I've never had anyone like fucking fish hook my butt or anything like that. I'm interested in the world because I'm like, if someone presses on your prostate, you're supposed to jizz in a different way. And I'm like, what's that all about? Might as well try that out
Prove
before
it.
I die. Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's
It's
a,
funny you brought that up because I saw it in the movie Road Trip.
yeah,
with-
the melting
Yeah.
of the
I was like,
prostate.
I think that's where everybody, kind of.
I think there's a Florida man story of a guy getting a prostate exam, and then he comes and then he shoots his doctor because he's like, "What did you do to me? I'm not gay." And he's like, "I think that's a story."
Jesus, Jason, how did you fuck that
Because
one
Jason
up?
doesn't do
No,
one
no, no,
where
no.
people die. He doesn't.
We
do
have
one where
we have
people
one
die.
that's
rule,
true.
and it can't involve rape or murder in
Yeah.
Florida.
Oh,
Man. So that
okay.
might have been the reason why. Like, unless the doctor didn't die, if the doctor didn't die, then I'm all about it. Like, let's talk about it. But that's fucking crazy.
No, I
And
feel like
also-
a lot of your crowd too. Like you just attract a lot of butt stuff people too.
Oh yeah. I think my stuff is very like sexually free. It's like there's
I love
never
that.
like I think it's not just about sex, but most things I encounter is from like a pretty neutral lens. I'm just curious. I'm like, what's this about? What do you do? And I think that gives people like a sense of comfortability. I'm very rarely like shitting on something. And it's not what I want to do with my stand-up either. I'm just like, let's all just have a good time. Like we're here to have a good time.
No, I've noticed that about you. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so when you talk about sex stuff like that, people just get very comfortable and they're like, oh, finally I can like talk about whatever kink I got.
He had a guy come
Do you
on
have a-
stage and show him the third way that you can get your ass eaten.
Yeah,
There was two
yeah,
ways
yeah.
that we all know about, from
like-
behind or spread out. What'd you call it?
The scoop when you get
When you
scooped.
scoop them?
Yeah, when you scoop the legs up. Yeah, the scoop's a big popular one. Yeah,
But when he was like, he's like, you don't ever want a camera anywhere near.
yeah.
Like, no, cover all the cameras when you get scooped up because you
Oh,
don't.
You don't need to see that. No one needs to see that.
But then he had a guy who was like, "There's a third way," and he came on
Yeah.
stage and showed him. Which is
just
the
like
squat.
squatting over the face, which is I think just too dangerous.
Oh,
It is
without a doubt.
dangerous.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
My it's funny you say that. You said you were from Vancouver. My wife lived in Vancouver for a long time, and she has a friend in Vancouver, and that's
right.
all I'll say with the name. But she were at Disney, and I was with you, Chase, and they were talking about.
Oh, I already
like,
knew where you're going with this.
Yeah, this is an old school joke that we brought up like first episode ever. But she was talking about like them trying new things in the bed, and he was like, "Well, he wants to pee on my chest." And so I was like, all right, so how did that go? He goes, it was really uncomfortable. I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, about what? He goes, the pee. She goes, no. When he tried to pee, he'd fart, and he's never farted in front of me. And the whole thing blew my mind because I'm like, wait, you jumped from pissing on a chest, but he's never farted in front of you?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I took
That's
out
quite
of that
the leap.
conversation.
That's quite
it
the
was
leap.
crazy.
just such a, yeah, I thought it was
Yeah,
just
that
crazy.
is.
That guy
Wow.
draws the line in weird places.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
like I'll piss on you, but dude, I'm like, if I'm like I'm farting in front of my girl, she's farting in front of me. Like I was like, I'll be like, like when we first farted, I was like, I want you to fart, and she's like, all right, and she like cooked up like a wild. I remember it was like a 3-tier fart. It was like free.
She's like, I've been holding that in for so long.
Yeah, and I was like, sick, dude.
This
like,
is for you,
that's
baby.
That's a very important moment in a relationship when you start farting. I've said for a while that if you were dating someone and they were like uncomfortable farting around you and you knew that they had like a friend of the opposite sex that they farted in front of, you would be pretty peeved. You'd be like, who is this person? Why do you fart in front of them? You don't fart in front of me. That would be that would be like a problem. How do
We
you
need to
have
have a
this level of
conversation.
comfortability with them, but you're not with me? That's fucked up. Well, they're an old friend. You go like, no. That's like that. I would
How
find that
dare
very
you not
threatening.
fart in front of
Yeah.
me?
You got a point. You got a point.
It does.
Yeah.
With the crowd though, I was curious about this one. Like, do you have a good following that comes like to your shows, or is it because the reason why I'm asking this is like the comfortability, like Kevin said, is all the crowd work you've done. They seem very comfortable talking about this sex. So do they have an idea ahead of time, like who you are?
Oh yeah,
most
they're
of the
coming.
time?
They're coming from my social media. They're coming from all the stuff I put out.
Hell yeah.
And I think a lot of them are coming not knowing that I'm like a seasoned stand-up. I think a lot of them think like I'm a TikTok guy or something like that. I'm like, no, I've been doing stand-up for like 12 years. I way before I was posting shit online, I was doing stand-up. And I only made the shit online is because I do stand-up. But they come to the shows like with this in mind. I've had people leave and be like, I kind of wanted it to be dirtier. And I was like, I talked about eating ass for like 12 minutes, dude. Like, what? You wanted it to be dirtier?
I'll give you a
Well, for me-
step by step.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
what-
wild.
Yeah, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
because like the one guy that I'm thinking about that was really open about how he had his butthole fingered and he didn't like it, and then you turned him into a villain because he fingered her butthole, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna finger mine, I'm gonna finger yours."
Exactly.
You, and it was
we
like you
flipped it.
turned in from like we've had sympathy for you into you're now the
Yeah,
villain.
you're bad guy. You're sneaking the finger into the butt. It's like you got
But
what
for
you
him to
deserve.
say that, like, yeah, like as a grown ass man, like I don't know, I would have to be at least 3 or 4 beers deep for me to say my
at
girl
least.
fingered my butthole, like for sure.
I think it's a pretty like it's just you're among your peers out here. Like it's like when
I
you
love
come
that.
to and it's wild because I get everyone. I'll get like people who come to my show who are like I'm super autistic. I get people come to my show who are like very open about like getting pegged by their girlfriend and like who are like furries and all this kind of stuff. And then I get people who come to my show who are like the broiest backwards hat wearing dudes. Like I get
That guy in the upper
everyone.
left corner.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
That's
I get
awesome.
everyone. We had a clip recently where there's a dude with a MAGA hat. Like I get everyone at my shows because I think it's because it's a pretty like no judgment zone.
Yeah.
It's like I just like we're just here to have a good time. Like I really don't care as long as you're not being shitty to people. I really don't care what you're doing in your private life, and we're just here to have fun and joke around. And it's nice that we can all come together in this space.
For sure.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Go, Kev.
I was just gonna say, like the crazy comedy scene going on in Austin right now. Have you thought about maybe joining up, or have you done like Kill Tony or anything like that, or thought about that? Because that's my algorithm, and Jason knows this too. Like Bert Kreisler, all those guys that's my algorithm. So I'm always curious from a comedian standpoint. Like that seems like it's just a fucking gift of God waiting for you there. And see if you thought about it.
The Austin scene is incredible. I've last year I went to Austin like 4 times.
Yeah.
I really like the Austin scene. I'm cemented here in New York. Like New York has so many comedy clubs. It's been the mecca of comedy for a long time. What they're building in Austin is incredible, and they have so many killers and such a good platform. It's basically the new late night, like the way Johnny Carson would shake your hand and then it would like catapult you into a career. It's like that's what Kill Tony is like. That's what doing Rogan is like now. So that is like the center point of a place where a comic can change their life and the trajectory of their career. I love the New York scene. I like how many times I can get up. I mean, you can get up a ton in Austin too. It's just like I don't know if I would move there, but I definitely will keep going there and keep doing stand up there. I love performing there. I love the comics over there, and they have an incredible thing, and it's so awesome because they built it from like there was already an Austin comedy scene, but the shift of what has happened is unbelievable.
Like in
it
a year
is
too, right?
Yeah,
It seems like
yeah.
it popped out of nowhere.
I mean, it was like probably during COVID they went out there. So let's say it's like 2020 to 2024. They were like building the club and doing the stuff. And Kill Tony was like shifting from being like a really popular like theater show to like selling out Madison Square Garden. Like in that 4-year period, it just shifted. And the talent that's coming out of there are like solidified stars and like future stars. Like these are going to be the comics that are all getting their Netflix specials and stuff out of there. But I also feel like I can do this over here. I can have the success here in New York because New York's been the gold standard for comedy
Hell
for
yeah.
so long, and I can still make my trips down there and do some spots and hang out over there and stuff too.
I'm sure a lot has to do with where you're most comfortable too. Like you don't, if
Yeah.
you go into somewhere just like me pronouncing, names to begin the podcast, like I know that I can do it, but I'm more
You're
comfortable
not
just
comfortable
not
with it.
you know what I mean. So I'm sure like you being in New York is
It feels
that's-
great. It feels great.
Yeah,
I
oh,
really
yeah.
like New York, and I feel like I've really cemented myself in here, and I'm like at the point where like I got good friends and stuff out here, and people I can count on, and like I know my neighborhood and stuff really well, and so yeah, I feel great in New York.
Is that where Ryan Long was doing all his shit from
Yeah,
too?
Ryan Long's
so.
based
Ryan,
out of
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's
yeah,
another
yeah.
Canadian. Another
had
Canadian.
Ryan-
Yeah, we had him on the podcast a couple
we
years
fucking
ago.
loved him. Yeah. When we had him on the podcast, dude.
Before Rogan,
Again,
just for the record, throwing it out
Before
there.
Rogan, before
Yeah.
Rogan. We're always the ones before Rogan. We almost
Yeah.
had Adam from Kill Tony.
Adam
on.
Ray, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
Adam
had him
Ray.
on. We had him locked in. It was right before. I don't know when it was. It was after COVID. So, but it was right. It was right when we started picking up, and I DM'd him randomly. He was like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." And then I didn't follow back up, and he's like, "Sorry, dude, I'm super slammed." And then there's Kill Tony.
And
Too
now,
late.
Dr.
yeah,
Phil.
And
now
it's
he's
over.
everywhere. Yeah.
And
Huge.
Adam Ray's a
That's
dude
one of my
who's
biggest
been-
misses of all time.
Oh, he's been at it for like time and just been like,
Ever.
hustling and like killing it. And like the Dr. Phil thing, just like like for some people, it's like Adam Ray came out of nowhere. Like, but I didn't know Adam personally. I haven't met Adam personally, but I've heard like rumblings of him, and then I've heard rumblings of his story. And when I saw Kill Tony at Madison Square Garden, they did one of the most like beautiful, heartfelt things for him. Because he came out as Dr. Phil. And they were like, "Hey, Dr. Phil, we know that you are good friends with Adam Ray." And he was like, yeah, I am. He's like, "Well, Adam's parents are actually here right now. We put together this video for him." And I didn't realize, but Adam had been a guest on Kill Tony for years, from like the early stages where it was
Wow.
like a few people in the audience at the Comedy Store, and they showed all of his appearances and like his growth.
That's
and
awesome.
And I was getting choked up. I was
You're
like,
like-
this is so like, I was like, this is beautiful. It's such a like a nice commemoration of a friend, and his parents are here. He's performing at Madison Square Garden. Like, what an incredible moment in his career.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he
Like I
took off.
said, I get sucked in on crowd work. I love crowd work. That's probably
Same,
my
same.
algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, I was following him years ago, and I didn't like. He was just another comedian that I followed. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm seeing his motherfucker everywhere now. I was like, good for you, bro. Good for you.
Yeah, dude, he's killing it, and well deserved. Well deserved. Hard worker, fucking on the grind, dude. Well deserved.
That's about to be you, bro.
Yeah.
About to
Yeah.
be you.
Just keep grinding.
Things are going good. We're actually
Yeah.
recording the special in what day is it? It's the second in 12 days. No, 11 days. 11 days.
Nice.
It's gonna be
Where are you
back
going to be doing it? In
Toronto. Going back
Nice.
to Toronto to
Hell
record the special. I'm just I'm pumped about it. It's like very ready. It's very ready. I actually have almost like I have the hour, and then I have like 20 minutes of shit I cut, and then I'm going to record that on the late shows. So then I have like more clips. I might drop that as like an extended thing later. But I'm so excited about it. I'm like I'm really proud of this product. It's
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, it's really come
well,
together.
congratulations. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you.
Before I let you go and plug away like all of that, all the specials, everything you're doing, the tour and everything, but when you do that, I'm just curious on the behind the scenes. When you do a special like that, is it you're taking it from one venue, but are you doing multiple nights and you're cutting that up into what you felt like
Yeah,
was
so-
good shit?
From what I've heard, and from like I recorded an album in 2019, and we took a lot from one show. Usually there's one show that's like kind of the knockout that you go like, we'll take kind of everything from here. But I'm recording 4 shows. So it'll be 4 shows recorded. And then, so if like one bit is a little better on this show, we put it in, and like you can kind of move stuff around. You wear the same thing every show. That's pretty standard across the board. And, it was Bert who told me, he was like, I went on the road with Bert, and I actually got to open for him at the Scotiabank Arena.
shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was because it was
Yeah.
like, I'm not from Toronto, but I was in Toronto for like 8 years doing stand up. Like comedically, I'm from Toronto. That's the scene that made me. So performing at the biggest venue in the city doing
Hell yeah,
stand up was
man.
it was an incredible moment. But he's the one who told me, he's like, you got to do 4. because he was like, the first 2 shows, the dudes working the cameras, they're just figuring out where you're going to be. And then on the next 2, they get the stuff like if you're doing something with your eyes, like a slow zoom in, or the act outs, they know exactly how to position themselves. And like that on the next 2 is where they get all like those little specific moments that will really make the special a special. And so I was like, it's got to be 4. It's got to be 4. We could have done a bigger venue and less shows, but I was like, it's got to be 4.
That's
Very
bro.
cool.
I'm jealous. Is Bert?
Yeah.
How is Bert in real life? Because we're all FSU
great.
alumni. So
We're all Knowles, yeah. So
Yeah, dude, Bert's great. Bert is like his comedy knowledge is wild. Listening to him talk and break down how to do comedy and the amount of love and care that he puts into his work and the amount of advice and like insight he has of like being such a veteran I was like, there's so many things that I was like, I've never even thought of this. And he really fucking works. And watching him live is like a spectacle, man. The dude does he'll have like 3 openers and then he'll do like an hour and a half. Or like maybe more, and he does the machine on every show, and then every time he does the machine, it's different because he'll like work in little sidebars and little tangents, and to keep it fresh and keep it like the story is still intact, but the where he gets to each position changes, and all the like tags he moves in are different, and so it's wild to watch, and he is a masterful storyteller where as you're going through the bit, you're watching, you're like, well, what happened next? Like, I need to know what happens in the story.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's cool to hear. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Since you're well connected, you've been around, and it sounds like you've done your history, and you've been loving comedy forever. Before I let you go, and before you plug everything, your number 1 comedian or the comedian you look up to.
I like it.
Comedian you look up to, not number 1. Let's call it the one you look up to.
The one I look up to, I've always been in love with like Bill Burr's comedy and his career. Like I find that the dude just cares about comedy so much. He really loves stand-up. And it was like watching his special, I'm Sorry You Feel That Way, the black and white one. It changed the way I do comedy. Like he is that everyone references the helicopter bit from that special, but just because it's like so act out heavy, and his ability to sell like the one-sided conversation, and like the way he uses the microphone for sound effects and everything, I was like, I don't move enough on stage. I don't use my body nearly enough as I should. This is a fucking performance, and it's in black and white. Just because he's like, I'm doing it in black and white. Like, and then a couple specials after that, he has Paper Tiger, and I'm like, Paper Tiger, it might be even better than I'm Sorry You Feel That Way. And it's like, to be that late in your career where you're already like he doesn't have to keep getting better, and he is. And I'm like, fuck, that's crazy, dude. And I like how everything's kind of centered around the stand-up. And he's been able to build off his career off of just being great at stand-up. I really like that.
That's fucking awesome.
I like it.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that one. But yeah, so right now, before we let you go, man, plug away again, socials, tours, dates, anything where you're around.
For sure.
We have listeners, because we had our buddy, Jose, he's going to jump on after you. He lived in New York, so we got a really good gathering in New York. So hopefully some of those listeners find you and go out there. But yeah, plug away, man, and let us know.
For sure. For all podcast stuff, Dark Holes with Che Durena on all platforms. Tour dates, go to chedurena.com. That's CHEDURENA. We got Toronto, Oklahoma, Denver, Tulsa, Lexington, Kentucky, and Minnesota, Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin, coming up. And I'm in Toronto all the time. So if you go to my Instagram, usually I post my Toronto stuff on my story. Broadway Comedy Club gives me a ton of spots. So if you ever check their website, I'm usually there at least a few times a week.
Now I wish I was still in Denver.
Oh,
Where in Denver are you going?
No, not Denver. Did I say Denver?
I thought I heard Denver.
No, did I say Denver?
Maybe I'm dumb.
I said it. Atlanta, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Toronto, Lexington, and
Appleton, Wisconsin.
Appleton, yeah.
Appleton.
But I will be
That
back
sounds
to
like a
Denver.
great city.
Denver's been a great market for me. Every time I go to Denver, I sell more tickets, so that's great.
Oh, there you go. Fuck
Yeah.
And then Instagram, what was it again? One more time?
My Instagram
Or
is
not Instagram, or all social. All
social is Che Durena, CHEDURENA on all platforms.
Hell yeah, man.
Dude, again, man, I appreciate you reaching out. I appreciate you making the fucking time. It sounds like
sure.
you're incredibly
Thank you.
busy. Please just tag us in everything you want, like, or
For
just
sure.
send us, hey man, we have something happening, and we'll promote the hell out of it as much as we
sure.
can.
Oh,
man.
yeah, we will.
This has been an awesome convo and makes me
Yes.
want to bring back comedians back
For
on
sure,
the show.
yeah.
I
Yep.
definitely miss it, man.
Thank you guys. I
Enjoy
appreciate
your
this.
dinner,
This is
by the
super
way.
fun. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I
Sorry
will.
for keeping you.
No. I just was like, it's literally like boiling eggs. So like, I'm just gonna eat some
Sounds
hard-boiled
nutritious.
eggs. Yeah, it's not too fancy, dude. Right on. All right, have a good one, guys.
All right,
Dude, nice
thank you,
meeting you,
Che.
bro.
Nice meeting you.
All right, thank you, bro.
Later, bro. All right, boys, we're back. That was Che. What was the last name, Kevin?
Durena.
Oh, he said it more pronounced here, bro.
I'm not confident.
With confidence.
I
I
know
know
you're
more
not
confidence than you had earlier.
Durena.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And check the show notes. We'll have all of his links, YouTube, podcast, socials linked on there to go follow him. Please follow him because I think,
Hell yeah,
like
bro.
Kevin said, I think in a few years you're gonna be like, God damn, this dude's blowing up, and you're like,
Dude,
oh,
it's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
He's awesome. But that being said, Jose's here with us, and he was not part of the Florida Man there, and it's only fair. Chris isn't here, and fuck Chris. He doesn't get a chance for this one, but Jose does. So it goes as naked Florida man blanks tree, then blanks cop.
Naked.
What is Kevin doing with his face?
Do we get a location for this one? That's sometimes.
I didn't pull the location, but I want to say Polk County, but I don't think I'm correct on that one, to be honest with you.
Okay, give it to me one more time.
Naked Florida man blanks tree, then blanks cop.
Naked Florida man. Cuts down a tree and then high fives a cop.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I like that actually.
You did it,
I
dude.
do
You
like
did it.
It's very
Hit
creative.
the
You're
thing. Hit it,
absolutely-
Jay.
Absolutely wrong. Chase, because he apparently got the Florida Man 2024 edition and got it correct.
did.
For at
Chase
least
did
one of them.
not. Did he really?
Yeah,
Yep,
really
you got
did,
it
bro.
right.
half of it. Yeah.
Naked
Half
Florida
of it.
man.
Half of
Bitch
it.
ass.
Naked Florida man humps tree, then punches cop.
That was the obvious one to me. He's naked. He's already naked.
It was so obvious that I really thought everyone was going to follow suit.
I didn't even think he was naked. I was being honest. I didn't even think about that.
I'm
I
like,
didn't
if
put-
he was naked, he's 100% humping that.
Didn't
tree.
even take
even
the
think about
naked
the fact
into
that he was naked.
consideration.
He's
But if
already
I was
naked.
you and I did that, I don't think I would think he'd humped it because naking a fucking tree, which probably is a palm tree, would hurt like
No,
a
you got to
motherfucker.
toughen your dick up. That's just common sense.
Well,
It's
when you have
common sense. Did you say
Oh,
common
no.
sense?
I did not. No,
No,
but you
bro.
did.
No, that was close if you didn't.
I would absolutely admit if I made a corny joke. Come on.
Somebody hit the rewind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What did you do? Common sense.
That being said, before we dive into this is where we fucked up, we do have a voice nugget.
Hell yeah.
From our boy Blair, and at this
Let's
point,
go.
I think it's time that I gotta get him an intro.
We gotta get him something.
Yeah, we probably should have
this
gotten
one-
it about 20 voice nuggets ago.
Yeah, for sure. This one was about something about Kevin is a stewardess. So I don't. That's what it was.
I'm excited to hear what episode he's on.
Hey fellas, it's Blair. Sorry for the decline in audio quality. I'm on some shitty Bluetooth headphones, walking the dogs right now, and I know you have come to expect
Opposed
nothing but
to-
the best from me. But I felt
Yeah.
I just wanted to record this before I forgot. I'm
More
on
the
episode
lawnmower than
253,
anything.
And Kevin won't shut up about the word stewardess, and it made me think of that like old Twitter post where the girl's like in an outrage because of the patriarchy or some shit like that, and she's just like, how come when you look up the word actor there's nothing but men? And someone replies and they're like, hey, give the word actress a try. So yeah, whether or not the word's dated, Kevin, stewardess is going to only be women. The word you're looking for a male dated term for a flight attendant would be a steward.
Ooh, a steward.
No shot.
Let that resonate.
That actually, I would have. I mean, it makes sense, but I never would have called steward. Just sounds not like the same.
I think I would
profession.
just say flight
And if-
attendant.
Stewart
And if
just
you-
sounds like a dude's name.
And if you indulge in Bravo reality shows the way
We don't.
I
We
do,
don't.
and Chase and his wife do, if you
Oh,
and
Chase,
JC
congrats,
does,
dude.
Thank you.
Below deck, there's There's stews.
Stews, yeah, chief stew, yeah.
There's chief stew, first stew. So yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Wow, this is a fun conversation. What are we talking about again? Stews? What is a stews?
See, well, here we go. Right, you also didn't remember what a stewardess was it? Oh no, you were using a dated term.
This is a fun.
Yeah,
Come
he
on,
was
man.
using it.
What episode did Blair say he was on, by the way? 253, is that what he said?
263, I think.
263. Jesus.
Either way,
That's
I think he might
wildly
catch up by the
impressive.
next year. If he's got 30 days, it's fun. If he does, I mean, Blair, I need you to pull something random. I mean, I don't know I don't know how he can prove it. I just trust him that. If
I mean,
he gets through it,
he's
he can buy
proving it
anything.
with his voice nuggets that we just believe
actually
that
doing
we've
it.
talked about.
He
this
did
stuff.
skip about 50 though. Like I
Did
feel
he?
like somewhere in there, right? Like
I
he
don't
was
think
like he
so.
went from
I
like
think he's just-
he went from like 150 to 200.
I think he just
real
Yeah,
quick.
pushed him.
There will be an asterisk to this record once he's completed.
Maybe he just listens to him.
Let's
like, while
get
he
back
works
to the
out. He
voice
works out
nuggets.
a
Let's
lot.
all log them up. Let's log them. If we can get somebody on that, Jamie, you can pull that up.
What I will log is that we got this is where we fucked up, and I feel like it's been a long time that we've had this full
Yeah,
segment.
it's not been a very
so,
consistent segment recently.
Like, don't fuck this up, dude.
Well, that's the name of the segment. So, what is up, my people? It is time once again for another edition of This Is Where We Fucked Up, the weekly fact-checking segment on the podcast where I call out the mistakes of the previous week. This week, we are talking about episode 277. We hope that everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving, listening to your 4 favorite people. An episode that comes out on Thanksgiving. I was about to say, like, oh, that's so awesome that it comes out on Thanksgiving, but if we've been releasing them on Thursdays for a minute, so this isn't the first time, because it's always on Thursdays. Anyway, with Thanksgiving being here, I hope that if you were listening to the show while you were preparing or maybe after you had dinner, that we invigorated your life enough to balance out the disappointment that you must feel after biting into that overrated, dry-ass trash we force ourselves to eat every year called turkey. Now that is over with, it's officially time for us to pull out all of our holiday lights and decor. Mike, you're good to go, bro. Put it all out there.
Get it out.
While you're doing that, also know that we got a segment for you all this week. 2 quick points to clear up and a new sub-segment to debut this week. So what do you say we stop wasting any more time and just dive right in? Because this is where we fucked up in episode 277. Done, Jay. I was actually gonna say, I've noticed now that every week I get all the support from the guys during the dive right in, but like I noticed that you didn't do it just now. And
I never do, dude. I focus. I'm like, I like you. I have your segment like keyed up to like play, and like for some weird reason my ADD kicks in, and I start scrolling up. I'm like, oh look, there's a bird, and then all of them like, fuck, go back down, go back down, go back down. I gotta find it again.
yeah, it's just I've yelled at you enough now that I've traumatized you, and so now you can't dive right in. That's too bad. That's too bad. But we do have a couple of fuck ups this week. 2 from the show. One that happened to me recently to share with you all that I just thought was funny. The first one here is from last week's episode where we kick it off with the Illuminati. Last week, Jason fucked. Yeah, Kevin, Illuminati. Yeah. Woo! Kevin loves the Illuminati.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, Jason fucked up when, first of all, that when he said that Atlanta had an awesome airport. There's honestly nothing about that airport that's awesome, and with every fiber in my body, fuck that airport. I hate that airport.
Denver's worse.
Well, that's funny because then that led to Chase mentioning about how Denver's worse because at least it's not haunted like Denver International Airport is. You said something to the effect, but then you also mentioned the Illuminati, which got Kevin interested and wanted to learn more about it. He pulled it up, but he was going to keep that to himself, and I thought that this was just interesting enough to bring to the segment and break down. I'm also short on content, so here we are. So it turns out that at the Denver International Airport, there's a lot of really weird shit that is attached to the airport. Lots of rumors, one being that it was built by the New World Order, and that has ties to Nazism, and that supposedly the runways, if you see an aerial vision, the runways are shaped like a swastika. I looked it up. It's a bit of a stretch. You can kind of see the swastika in there, but I think it's kind of a coincidence. So that one didn't resonate so much. There are the rumors that DIA was built also by that the DIA was funded by the Illuminati. According to Mental Floss, there are all these random buildings that people don't know what they're for around the airport, and a system of tunnels that apparently when the airport was being built, they ran out of money, and all of a sudden they found a ton of money, supposedly because the Illuminati offered them the money. The rumor is that those first 5 buildings were not built properly, and so the Illuminati said, just build another building on top of it, and then we'll build a system of tunnels underneath it, and we'll call it our weird underground lair. I don't know if that's true or not. I did the research. There is a lot of weird artwork in that airport that has a lot of secret symbols that tie into the Illuminati, but people have been asking them, is there any tie to the Illuminati? The officials at the airport just kind of brush it off. But they did do something. They installed these really interesting looking gargoyles that are perched above the east and west baggage claim areas.
Let's see.
I see a few folks nodding. Yeah. Apparently they talk and they say things like, welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport. So they're in on the joke.
What? And but no, there's also something about the red eye. The eyes turn red or some weird shit, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you about the red eye because that's actually what I was going to next. Because while that is kind of questionable, nothing 100% confirms that this airport is cursed, like the 32-foot high blue devil horse that is outside of the airport, commonly referred to as Blucifer. I don't know if Jamie, can I share my screen? Can I share my screen?
100% you can.
All right, because I'm trying to pull this up here because I have a picture of this thing and I want you to explain what the fuck is this thing. Let's see. Allow. Here we go. All right. We're sharing screens now. So this is something that somebody thought would be a good idea to put outside of an airport. Somebody needs to allow me to share the image.
I got you.
Somebody with power. There we go.
Yeah, that shit's fucking creepy as fuck.
What the fuck is this thing?
Is that the... Where did you say it was? That looks like it's
that's the airport.
Football stadium.
It's right outside of the airport. So this is a 32-foot fiberglass statue of a horse.
A bronco, rather, you would say.
A bronco.
Thank you. A Denver bronco, maybe even.
That a lot of folks say is a nod to the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Or a bronco for the Denver Broncos.
Well, let's see how the Denver Broncos tie to the fact that the demonic structure was being built by the sculptor Luis Jimenez, who died while he was doing it because 2 years before he was done with it, a piece of 9,000 pound of fiberglass fell on him and severed his artery and he died. So it's weird as fuck. I don't know how this is welcoming. Welcome to Denver. What's the point of the red eyes?
Yeah. Kevin,
we're here to watch the Broncos, play the Packers.
Yeah, no, I get that, Kev. But the way they design this is fucked. Like, it's one thing to throw a Bronco. You could have done it.
You want it to be strong looking. You want it to be like intimidating looking.
Look at those.
If there's nothing intimidating about the Green Bay Packers, so you need to make something intimidating about a Bronco.
Why aren't the front legs like out? Like, why are they like bent like that?
Out? Because it'll fucking fall flat on his face. Why is it what?
Why the red eye? The spikes. Why is it
maybe it only illuminates on game day, like the full day torch.
Illuminati.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Great.
Maybe it only lights up. Thought about it.
That's terrifying.
There you go.
You know what else is terrifying?
You know what else is terrifying?
Denver.
This nice little additional fuck up that I'm just going to squeeze in between this next one. As I've mentioned before, right, I fly back and forth to go help my mother out. Mom's been dealing with some issues, and we're entering a journey called dementia. And a lot of things tend to happen, like you you forget certain things, or you may forget certain people. And while Mom has done pretty well so far, we did have a moment that I shared with her this week. It feels like every week I discover something new, and I realize that this is kind of has potentials to be pretty fucked up. Every morning, my mom asks me, "How's Michael?" and how are the dogs? And I tell
That's
her,
awesome.
It's great. Yeah, it's we do it every morning. She's always asking me about Michael. And then a couple of days ago, she said, "How's Jason?"
Oh,
And I'm like,
he's
She's
good.
like, how's Jason? And I'm like, Jason's fine with his family in Virginia. Why, she's like, oh, Michael, just kidding. It has now happened 4 days in a row. So I don't know. There's an alternate reality that my mother has created where maybe you and I are the ones that are together, Jay.
When's the last time you saw his mom, Jay?
Funeral. Thanks
Yeah.
for bringing it up, Kev.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was like, sorry.
She was like,
And she was the sweetest thing in the world. She said the exact same thing. I was going to do a joke about eating and rice, and she was like, "We gotta get you more." It's something along the lines of getting.
why are
you
you so
food.
skinny?
Yeah, we need it. We need to feed you, hun. It was something along the lines of that. I was like, God, and I was gonna say the joke, Mom. I was gonna bring up the joke that I need your food, but she brought it up first. So
No,
she's a sweetheart.
So now she thinks that it's us. So I've told Michael, I just got to start calling you Jason in bed. And
I'm not a power
because
bottom. I just will be honest. I'm
just
97%.
What are you then?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I'm just a pleaser. I think that's what we came up with. I like pleasing people.
Pleaser.
Jose, you were his best man, so I get it.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
There
Maybe
you
that's
go,
what
folks,
she's thinking.
right there.
I'm sure that's what it is.
You're welcome.
I'm
Last
also
one
sure.
here. Twisters got all the bones from Jason last week during the movie time with Chris. The question came up about the original Twister and how it relates to this new version of the movie. Jay, you mentioned that there was this newspaper in the background of the shed. That does come up. That is one way in which the two movies are linked, but there are a few others. Now,
I
Chris
said
is right.
24 on the podcast, right? Did
Yes.
you miss that?
I think he's explaining some of the reasons.
Yep. Thank you. So Chris was right when he said that there isn't any outright mention, but there's a couple that folks that really have paid attention to the movies will notice, like the fact that at the very beginning of Twisters, they're college students doing this, project, and they're going to Muskogee State University, which is the same school that in the original Joe and Bill, their teams are doing research out of. Jason also alluded to Dorothy. If you remember, in the original Twister, there's 4 Dorothys. At the beginning of Twisters, they have a Dorothy, and it's Dorothy 5. So alluding that there were 4 before then. One reference, though, that has left a lot of people wondering, and I really don't know why, because I don't think that they're going to make another one of these. Maybe they will. Who knows? Is that there in the original movie, at the very end, when the Twister levels the town and people are coming out of the storm cellars,
whoa!
Oh my God! Can you believe it?
You're fine.
Spoiler alert: the Twister levels a town. In the original movie, when everybody's coming out of their storm cellars, there's this blonde kid that's wearing a baseball Bombers t-shirt. In the new movie, Kate, which is one of the lead characters from the new movie, is also blonde and is at one point wearing these same t-shirts. So alluding that she was that kid she grew up to be.
I want to watch both those tonight. Now I want to watch both. You did it.
Epic, bro.
There you go.
Did it.
There you go.
Love it. Good job, Jose.
Thanks, man. That's all. I'm so glad I wrote Twister for you all.
You did it, man.
And Twisters.
Last thing here before we move into the moment of cringe, I did talk a little bit about a new sub-segment, if you will, that I want to debut today. Since we've been running short on content, I thought, listen, there has to be something good that we can use to fill in the time. And so, fuck you, Kevin.
We've been running short on content.
I know. Isn't it crazy? He's like, oh, you've been talking forever. I want to highlight, I thought there was a good way to highlight other people's fuck ups. There's other fuck ups around the world that need to be called out. And then I found a lovely subreddit called TIFU, or today I fucked up. And so I thought that sprinkling a few good ones of these and sharing these stories is a great way to fill in some time in the segment and share the fuck-uppery. And so I welcome you to the first edition of TIFU, your TIFU moment of the week. And this one is titled TIFU, Today I Fucked Up by Thinking My Son was having gay sex when he was just eating hummus. The story goes like this. On April 20th, this person posted in this subreddit and said, so I, a 39-year-old female, and my son, a 15-year-old male, my son brought in a friend home today. They immediately went into their room, and I assumed that they would just play some video games or whatever, so I was totally fine leaving them alone. It was about 30 minutes in when I was walking past and I heard sounds such as, OMG, that's so good. It's so good. With it, and various moaning sounds. It really sounded like they were having gay sex. I was super weirded out by it, so I quickly went downstairs and waited for the friends to leave. When the friend did leave an hour or two later, I asked my son what they were doing in his room because although I don't mind him being gay, I know it's normal for teenagers to have sex and a condom should really be used. So I plan to confront him about that. However, the answer shocked me to my very core. They were not having sex. They were eating hummus. I was shocked.
That's what the teenager said?
This is what the woman wrote in her thread. Yes. I was shocked, and initially I didn't believe it. We had never had hummus before. And I asked him to show me the hummus if it was true. And then he did. And I ate hummus for the first time. Oh my God, it was so good. We experimented with different things in it, like breads and carrots. And it was so great.
Reason to say experiment.
Apparently, his friend had heard about how we had never had hummus and thought that it was absurd. So they planned a hummus party and brought some hummus over. So yeah, ended up being quite a good ending, and I discovered how nice hummus is. The TLDR, the too long didn't read to this, is thought my son was having gay sex, but he was really having hummus.
Just call it sex.
Now, the good part of this is that a couple of days later, she adds an update. And she says, so yeah, after reading what you all were saying, the commenters, the majority of you were right. They were actually having sex.
Yeah, obviously. Yes.
I did think it sounded like it. They ate some hummus first, then put it away, and then had sex. They didn't use the hummus during sex, you freaks. My son's boyfriend, I think they're boyfriends, saw this post on Reddit and couldn't stop laughing, so told my son, thinking that it could be about them, who then told me because he felt a bit guilty about hiding it. Other than that, nothing really exciting happened. We had a long, awkward talk. I told him I don't really endorse him having sex, but he should use a condom. Now, on to the more important thing, hummus. I really like hummus now. I'd never had it before because it just looked kind of disgusting.
No. Yeah. Definitely.
But I haven't learned the appearance. I haven't learned to appreciate it as much as I do. And then goes on to post several pictures of different kind of hummus. She learned how to make it. So the point of the story is before you assume that your son is having gay sex, it's probably hummus or hummus.
No, it was 100% sex.
Are you doing Spanish pronunciation of hummus?
I think, it obviously was sex, but there was just some hummus. It was kind of like when you are looking for an excuse for something.
Hummus is fine. I like hummus. Hummus is good, but no one loves hummus so much that it sounds like they're having sex. That's just not possible. I make noises when I eat, but not about
the noises that you make when you eat, man. You make.
But it's got to be something really fucking good. And hummus is good, but it's not like making sex noises good.
Well. There you go. Now this kid's been exposed, and this is that was your first. Today I fucked up on This Is Where We Fucked Up.
Hell yeah!
And now
good job, Jose.
Moving on to finally last week's moment of
cringe. How small is your dick? Just smothered in butter.
You also told me that it's harder to get in than it is to stay in.
Now it's 4 guys, really 3 to 4 guys.
So many guys. I'm just gonna change
all
it.
The guys.
Just guys.
Great check.
Just all guys.
The guys. Basically, I gotta blow my load.
Fuck me in my ass.
Whoa! I thought that the last one just needed to be in there. I mean,
it needed to be.
just felt right.
That was an aggressive fuck me in my ass.
That came out of your mouth. And
Whoa.
that is it for this week, folks. If I missed anything, you know what to do. Just slip into my DMs at hiphipjose14 on Instagram. Thank you, Mayor Adamson, for the
Thank you, Andy.
supplemental producing. And until next time, bye.
Oh no! What?
Peace.
Okay, he gets 2.
I can't eat hummus, man. I'm kind of upset.
Oh,
That was definitely a
hummus?
plug. That was like a person that likes something. Like, I don't know.
she owns
Somebody
a
loves
hummus company.
hummus.
She owns a
Yeah.
hummus company.
She
100%.
owns hummus.
This is
the
how
name.
this is just an elaborate scheme, a marketing scheme.
Great marketing.
People
It's
not
big
following
hummus. Big hummus trying to fucking.
Big hummus. Just big hummus coming for all those small hummus businesses.
Chase loves it. Chase, tell us how much you love it.
Speaking of hummus,
You're wrong.
I'm right. Just stop while you're ahead.
She's always right.
Yeah, apparently not.
This is the segment where I asked your significant others a question and you have to try and guess what they answered. This week, I asked, what traffic sign best describes your significant other in bed and why? And we're going to do it a little different this week. If you pull up the doc, I have placed about 10 to 12 traffic signs, and you're going to try and guess which one describes you in bed. So
Dangerous curve ahead.
So we are gonna go. We're gonna start with Jason, and we're gonna have Jose and Kevin guess what Emily said about you first. But I asked Emily what traffic sign best describes Jason in bed and why. And I'll read off what I put on the doc, but you can pull it up so y'all can see it. The options are speed hump ahead, green light, one way, oversized load, 9% grade, horse crossing, dead end, slippery when wet, no U-turn, do not enter, and dangerous curve ahead. So
And
Kevin,
so-
what do you think?
That's a lot. Gee, that's a
that's
lot
a list
of
that
options.
you gave them to choose from, correct?
No.
Oh,
No.
So
what is that
They
list?
came up with
Give
their own.
them-
That's the list with y'all's answers and also some fake ones. Instead of doing
Gotcha.
multiple choice, there are correct answers in there, and then there's fake answers. So, Kevin, what do you think Emily said about Jason's sex life?
Too many answers.
Just pick
I
one
don't-
of them. It's like
green light
Jesus
ahead.
Christ.
Oh, sorry, Chase. Sorry about that.
It's like
that's a
10
combination
options.
of two of them.
I apologize.
Green light ahead. huh?
Green. What was it? Green something. ahead,
Green
right?
light is.
Thank you.
Is one of them. Yep.
Oh, Jose. See, don't fucking dog me.
Yeah,
I got it right.
green light
Literally, and also it took 3 seconds to answer.
Jose.
Yeah. We'll go with speed hump ahead.
Are these on the dock? What are you looking at?
They're
Oh,
on
they
the-
are.
Yes.
Oh, magic!
So you could look at them. Yes.
So I looked at this list and I thought, okay, first off, that first question that you said, you didn't give her the list, she came up with it. So that plays a
Correct.
key part is like how creative my
Exactly.
wife is to come up with it. Like 9% grade, no shot. She says that.
Yeah, that's not a thing. What does
Oversized
that even
load,
mean?
no
9%?
What does that even
grade?
mean?
It
a
has
hill.
to do with the grading of the road, specifically driving. through
Oh,
mountains.
that's Colorado shit. So
no. It's
no.
actually any
No,
mountain area.
it's-
They also have it
yeah.
in North Carolina,
It's by me.
Virginia. Yep.
Virginia. You got that in Virginia?
It's anywhere where the
1000.
roads are graded. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Jason.
100%. So
Okay.
based off of those, horse crossings are fucking hilarious, by the way. If
That
no one
is
picked
good
that,
one.
but
That is a good one.
That was a really good one. I want to give you
Hey,
credit on
yeah.
that one. I gotta go no U-turn only because like when she says we're doing it and she tries to back out, I give her so much shit. So I feel like if she's thinking like that, it's no U-turn. So I gotta go no U-turn.
This is one of my favorite questions I've ever asked, by the way. 'Cause
Love it.
The answers did not disappoint for anyone. All of the answers were great. But
so
she
excited to
said
hear.
Kevin gets this one right. And if next year by any shot I take over the big board challenge, Kevin would be getting a point right now because she said green because he is a man.
Absolutely. What
Is that right?
happened to my
I
fucking?
had no idea. That's
My
I didn't
biceps are
realize.
gone. I tried to flex. I never do that again. They're gone.
So Jason, you're a man, bud.
congratulations.
Hell yeah,
Turned
Jay.
on right now.
I'm turned on for you.
Green light.
Damn. I must have
Apparently
a
she
good
likes
day.
that
When did you
fucking
ask her?
sweater
When did you
vest
ask
you're
her?
wearing right now.
Yesterday.
so-
I asked yesterday.
Yesterday?
Did you fuck today?
No, it was before Thanksgiving.
Missed
right
out.
Before Thanksgiving.
But apparently you left an impression, Jay.
Thank God.
We're gonna go with Jose
So
next.
No.
So Jose, I
Jose.
asked Michael what traffic sign best describes Jose in bed and why. Jason, what do you think of that list? And I'm gonna read them again for the listeners while you think. Speed hump ahead, green light, one way, oversized load, 9% grade, horse crossing, dead end, slippery when wet, no U-turn, do not enter, and dangerous curve ahead.
So I go with either Michael's going to be a dick or he's going to be a sweetheart. So it's either horse crossing or one way. And I'm trying to think which way he'd go. Like one way, like he's selfish, like a selfish lover. And I know he's not, but I'm trying to think of like how Michael would answer like sarcastically.
I know which one I'm guessing.
Or oversized load would be good too. I'm going horse crossing. I think Michael's trying to be a sweetheart.
That's really sweet. Thank you. Why is that? Why is that him being sweet? Why couldn't that just him being honest?
Because he's trying to say you got a horse
pony
dick.
crossing. You ain't no
Yeah.
fucking horse. Calm down.
You
Just be
ain't
honest with yourself.
What was that? Did you try to do a manly grunt into the microphone?
Three of the four
what
people on
sounded
this
horses?
podcast have seen what you're packing, Jose. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's good.
It could
It's
be
good.
more, but you weren't.
Oh, it's
around.
good. That's a nice cock, Peter.
it's a good dick. It's a good dick, Jose.
Good dick, Peter.
Guys.
I'm going with oversized load. That seems like the obvious answer for me. I mean, oversized load. I think Jose's a good comer. I think he does a lot of edging, which I know. Actually, I know Jose does a lot of edging.
Oh, it's confirmed.
I'm not gonna lie.
Confirmed.
A fake answer I almost put in for that exact reason was no parking.
Kevin's face right now, bro. Oversized load. We got horse crossing. Jose, what's yours?
This is hard. I'm gonna say. I think something he would say is I'm gonna go with oversized load. That's just what I think.
So before I say if you're right or wrong, I want to also say that Michael is the only one who sent me a picture of the road sign. So,
Well, here we go.
and it is not exactly what he said as what the sign means. So I had to, come up with what the sign means. And Jason, you are right. It is horse crossing, but his response was to send the picture and then say, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Jesus Christ.
So
Yeah, I went
That
for
makes
Big
sense.
Dick. He went
That
for a
makes
different way.
he
proud
went a
of you,
different
dude.
way.
You've done a lot of growing over the years, so I'm proud of
I
you.
feel like I've grown as a human
I mean,
in so many ways.
You must have grown a lot
Oh my God.
in the past couple of years.
Nice. Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Christ.
I mean,
All
from a horse to what I saw
You're right. You're right.
I mean,
you're right.
From what I saw.
I'm just the way God
live.
All right, Kevin. I asked Erica what traffic sign best describes Kevin
here we go.
in bed and why. So let's go, Jose. What do you think Erica said about Kevin in the bed?
Jesus Christ, what just happened?
In relation,
What just happened?
in relation to traffic signs.
It was the White Claw, wasn't it?
No.
Okay, all right.
Jose dropped something and your face reaction was fucking great. Cut that.
Nothing, man. Nothing. Just you don't just let something just go. It's just like I must call more attention to it.
Kevin, your whole face, or Jose, you're like this. Get the fuck out, bro.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna
All right.
say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say slippery when wet. You know,
Ooh, mamacita.
I think Kevin does what he's got to do.
Okay, all right. Jason?
Fuck. It's between dangerous curve ahead or do not enter.
I love dangerous curve ahead. I think that's the most creative fucking one.
I know, and I want to say, and Erica's the smart one to come up with the road signs. I just don't know if she said that or do not enter. I say they would do not enter because last night Kevin got on late. He's like, I'm gonna get on, and usually if he says that, that means he's trying to get some. And then when he got on, we're like, good job, Kev, you got some. And he's like, no, I finished Goodwill Hunting. I'm like, What
Not
the
finished.
fuck
We watched
did
the whole movie.
Yeah, that's
Well, you finished it
December
then.
1st, and we choose Goodwill Hunting to watch. So that makes me want to do Not Enter because you tried, you failed. And she
So
said
then you were
gave
forced
that
to
you on
finish watching
Thursday.
the movie because that's the only
Yeah.
reason that you were watching.
No, the movie ended. Now there was that moment where I was just like, we watched the whole movie together, right?
I did my part. I did my part.
You saw the love story end. I mean, he went. He had a girl he had to check on in the end, right?
Yeah.
So
So
you're
mine's
my
just
girl
on
as well. So
dangerous curve ahead, but I'm not confident.
Okay, Kev.
I'm gonna go Do Not Enter because there's times in a woman's life where they don't feel comfortable. Guys don't give a shit. Some guys, I don't. This was it's been a little bit of that time recently. So Do Not Enter.
Well, one of you would be getting a point on the big board, and not for the reason that he said, but Kevin is correct.
I knew I was.
It's like I'm not having sex with you. That's what it is.
No,
right?
it is
No
do
shot.
not enter. He was always wanting to enter the exit only.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
Erica, she got open on that one.
He did.
I
I was surprised by that.
I mean, apparently
she
not.
knows.
No, never mind.
It's not like you guys didn't know this. I mean,
No,
this-
that's
Yeah, but
correct. But she
It's
doesn't
just
listen to
like
the podcast, so
confirmation.
well, she doesn't listen to the podcast, so
Valid. That's valid. That's valid. And
all
also with our guests,
Here you go, Erica.
No butt stuff.
congrats.
Don't give it to him.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
usually I wait for.
I don't know why we're applauding you guys fucking closing all my sexual
no, we gotta
doors.
wait for Chris. We gotta
No,
wait for Chris.
I really
Yes.
want to do it.
No,
Do
I
it.
need
Do
Chris
it.
here for that.
Yes,
I need Chris.
stop.
All
No,
right.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely
you
not.
can't do
'cause I wanna
Chris
see
without
him perform.
Chris.
Because I feel like it's got it with 9% grade. I'm trying to see someone do it.
100% dangerous curve ahead.
We'll figure it out once we get there, folks.
Tune in to next episode to hear that.
For sure.
Maybe if Chris decides to show up, who knows? He might have a fucking Suarez to go to next time.
Like a Luis.
Luis Suarez, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
The biter.
Soiree maybe is what you're going for.
The biter. I'm getting drunk. I'll be honest. I told myself still drunk, despite. Hey, Jason.
Oh, Dick,
Go-
Are you supposed to be on your iPad? You know what, young lady? Do you want to go to timeout? 1, 2, 3. It's time for dad tip.
Hell yeah, that's a good outfit you got on there, Kevin.
Norm.
Same thing I was wearing right now. This is dad tip. I need new shirts. I'm waiting for Jason to do this drop. I'm super excited about it. He's currently wearing it, teasing all of America, to be honest with you. But dad tip for the week. We got the holidays, bro. Okay, so it's December 2nd currently. When this drops, it's gonna be December 5th. So 4th. It's going to be around the beginning of December when this drops. So you guys are going to start to get feelings with your kids, especially if they are around my kid's age, my older child. Whereas I got our other boy, I don't think he'll mind me talking about it, but our boy Antonio, his son is also, along with my daughter, starting to get some feedback from other kids in their class about Santa and Christmas and stuff like that, and what's true and what's not true and how traditions go and things like that. You gotta stay strong. Stay strong. Stay tight. Never give in. Never give in.
Never.
I
give
love
up,
your
never
phrase you told
surrender.
there.
It's something I've been told my whole life. When I was a kid, my mom told me. I tell my kids the same. If you don't believe, you don't receive. So if you don't believe in Santa, sorry about it. Santa ain't bringing you no motherfucking gifts, you know?
Why have you not given me that as a shirt idea? That's a great fucking shirt.
It really is, yeah.
Jason, it's a shirt idea, right?
Design it, bro. It's your fucking family slogan.
don't receive.
Design a fucking shirt and send it to me. Let's go.
It's not
Let's get this
I'm
out there
sure my
now.
mother.
Now, that's
okay.
a great. That's a fucking movie.
Guys, I gotta go. See you later. I gotta go.
I really like that. I've been thinking about it recently because like Connor is. I googled it last night, Kevin. Shit you not.
Yeah.
What's the age? Like, what's the age
Where they
for
start
kids to
to
believe in Santa? And it's
Yeah.
between the best age. I said, what's the best age to believe in Santa? It says between 5 and 8. And so he's at 4, and I was like, oh, and he's right now. This is the greatest time in my life. I don't know about you, Chase, if it's better the following year or 4, but 4 for me right now, dude. When I moved the elf,
great.
when
my
he saw Santa, we went to this small town, and he saw the guy, and he ran up to him. He's like, Santa, I want this, and I was like so embarrassed, and the dude like just ran with it, and I shook the guy's hand. I was like in love. I was like, this is gonna break my heart the second he stops believing. It's going to.
Hudson is a hard believer right now. It's beautiful.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm curious. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to the elf on the shelf because that's interesting. But yeah, if you don't believe, you don't receive. And also, like, we have to, boys, brothers. My one friend from work used to say, brother, we must stay loyal. So you have to stay loyal at this moment. Like, you have to stay strong. If you give any inkling of if you give any inkling of giving up on that holiday spirit, on Santa not being the real thing, they're gonna pick up on it. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. No smiles, no smirks, complete seriousness about it. If you got to make a phone call, make it real, make it seem real, you know. My parents.
Oh, you call Santa?
Like who? Are you calling a hit? Like what kind of phone calls are you making?
My city does that. You give them your information, and then they call you at a random time. You tell them what days you're available. Yeah, and you give them like what's his name, his age, and what gifts he like. What has he done bad, and like whatever you're comfortable saying.
Right.
And Santa will call one night and you pick up. Yeah,
that's
it's
really
nice.
legit. It should be like
when your town has like 100 people in it, like it's okay. You know, you can't put that shit out in New York City. Be fucked. Like this. We live in a small ass town.
Let me tell you, and I've told the story before. My parents went on top of my house with golf clubs. They had the neighbor get on top of not my parents, but the neighbor got on and dragged the golf clubs on Christmas Day.
That's legit.
To make it seem like fucking. And me and my brother were both like, "Go out there and look." No, you go out there and look. I'm not. We were at that age where we're like, we don't believe in this shit. And you go out there and look, but you were so fucking scared.
Yeah.
To go out there and look. Yeah, it was literally yesterday. They were just practicing. Santa was practicing. But
that's pretty awesome.
Stay strong. Stay strong. Don't give in, because once you give in, what's left for Christmas? What is, you know? It's the fucking
It goes
Christmas
back to
spirit.
that one quote about the guys where you give shit to teenagers trick-or-treating, and it's just like it's the last time they're gonna be kids. Let them fucking trick-or-treat. And
Jason fucking killed me on that shit, bro. You fucking asshole.
It's true. Like, I saw guys coming up, they're like 16, 17, and they looked embarrassed. I was like, you getting the candy? He's like, fuck yeah. I was like, hell yeah, man, get it. Like, I mean, at that time of your age, it's the last time that you can.
Fuck yeah, brother.
I see.
Yeah,
I see that exact conversation.
100%.
Fuck yeah, motherfucker, get that shit,
Andy.
bitch ass.
Right? Is that your car that you drove up on?
Yeah.
What's your, so
He's like,
I have a feeling
car.
you have an issue
yeah,
with the
man.
elf, and I'm just gonna state this as
No.
obvious.
No.
I'm basically throwing everything at the wall to
I
see
hear
what
you.
sticks in tradition. And I did it last year, and he didn't really stick. He didn't really understand it. And this year, I did it one time, and he lost it. He was like, "The elf fucking moved, Dad. The elf moved. The elf moved. The elf moved. The elf moved." I was like, "What do you mean it moved?" He goes, "It was there, and now it's there. How did that happen?" I was like, in my mind, I'm like, God, my kid's an idiot. But then I'm like, he just believes so hardcore.
As from a person who, from
My
a
kid's
person,
an idiot, or he's 4, Jason.
Well, I mean, it's coming from you. You got ultimate discipline. All right, more discipline than any of our friends that I know. I mean, I'm not gassing you up. It's just fucking true. Okay. For me, who doesn't have discipline, and I got so much shit going in my brain, like, and I know it's an excuse. I know you have shit going in your brain too. Here we go. I'm not fucking saying that.
Kevin's having a whole
He
argument.
rolled his eyes at me, and I'm just saying. But like. For me, I totally forget. I would have fucking forgot to move that elf. Okay. And I've seen the TikToks and the jokes of like, shit, fuck, get out of my way. And he like pushes the mom out of the way and he like grabs the elf and like tosses it. Like throws it to a different spot.
The other one I see is like the best tradition I have, and it has like an elf box, and it just shows they're putting it right back in the store, saying, I've never done this before.
Yeah, so
like it's
me
true.
and Erica,
and I knew what I got myself into.
Yeah, we've decided, if we start that, that's something we have to continue. So we're not starting that. So
we haven't started. I kind of want to though.
Do it. Just do it right now. Just start it right now, bro. Just go to Target, buy the box, and do it. Because
I'd do it like 1 year and take a year off.
Hudson would love it though, man. I just know he would. He loves that shit. So.
For sure. And then we started doing it actually before the kids. So her and I would hide it, and then whoever didn't get it, like we tally up points, and then at the end of the night, we're at the end of the year, we would have like a challenge that we'd have to do.
I felt bad because
Jason.
We had a neighbor kid over tonight, and I heard her because I was in here getting ready for the podcast.
You did allow the kid to come inside? You were like,
I was in my garage, like I said, and I heard the kid behind my curtain, and she was like, "Come over, let me show you, where the elf is." And they were like, "What's the elf's name?" And it was like Snow, and I was like, "Oh man, I think I fucked up."
Chase, tomorrow go there and then show up and just make up a story about that. Like, hey, he showed up late, and this guy just keeps an eye on you to make sure you're good. So like, literally, I've seen. For this is the first year I've seen Connor look up, and
I don't even think I'd have to say he shows up late. Hudson really doesn't
he showed up late
dates yet.
A day, yeah. Connor's gonna be like, it's this, or
literally,
Hudson's gonna be like, it's December 1st. Why didn't he make it yesterday?
Yeah, he literally asked me today. He was like, "Oh, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese." I was like, "For your friend's birthday, right?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's tomorrow, right?" Or like, "When is that?" I'm like, "That's Saturday." He's like, "When's Saturday?"
Oh no, that's Connor. Connor's the same way. Connor's
there's no way he knows that today is December 2nd.
Yeah, you got plenty of years, man. This is my 1st year, and I feel like that. Last year, he didn't really click. This year, click, dude. Just do it, Chase. It's fun. Just set a timer, and when you wake up in the morning, just fucking change it. I have a reminder on my phone when I wake up. It said my alarm goes off, and then a thing comes, move elf. That's what it says on my phone.
Why wouldn't you do it before bed? So that
because I just forget.
I would do it before bed. Yeah.
I should, but
because I will totally forget in the morning.
Yeah,
100%.
Knowing you, Jason, you probably have like a fucking spreadsheet of different locations and poses that you can make the fucking elf do.
No shot. I just go around the house like he hasn't figured this out yet. Maybe next year he will. But I'm doing a circle.
Wait, so you don't set up like scenes? Like some people set up like scenes,
and they like write poems and shit.
Yeah,
that's coming. Don't worry.
That's coming.
I have an animation.
So what? Connor's gonna be like, "Hey, dude didn't do this last year. Now he's like throwing up in the sink and stuff, M&Ms and things like that."
No. I'm only gonna elaborate because Connor understands the. So I did one earlier with Photoshop, and I don't know why we came up with it, but it's called Crumble Claw, and it was a random monster that would come at you. His name was Crumble Claw. I made it up. Because he wasn't eating his vegetables.
Thank you for thinking that we all knew what that was, by the way.
He doesn't eat his vegetables.
I thought it was real.
Crumble Claw comes out. Crumble Claw comes out, and he comes at you, but you can't see him during the day. You can only see him at night. And if you don't eat your vegetables, he's going to come into your room. And he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I don't want that. I don't want that." And so he was like, "I don't believe you, Dad. I don't see him." And I was like, "All right, fine." So I found a monster. I looked up ChatGPT. I typed in a monster. It's a cute monster. It's a fucking.
I found a dead
monster.
body and I dragged
and I photoshopped him in the hallway, and he was like, "Oh my God, he came."
My kid would never sleep again, dude.
But he was fine. He ate his vegetables the next day, and then following, I want to do the same thing with the elf.
I'll eat all my vegetables.
I want to get the security cam and show him like walking around the house to get him.
They have it where they had it a couple years back where you could like just Photoshop a picture of Santa like in your area, and I did that next to the Christmas tree. They're they were like fucking stunned, like awesome, stunned.
It's a good idea. I'm gonna do that actually for Santa this year. That's a good call.
Like he was like caught like on the camera. Like
what with generative AI, bro? You can literally just take a picture of your fucking living room and said add Santa in the scene, and then boom, he's got a scene. Like I'm definitely doing it. That's a great call.
It's so
Notes,
easy.
Kevin. Notes. Good shit, Kevin.
Notes. Write it down.
Anyways, folks, thank you for joining us. Cup to Cup show is a wrap. 278. That's all we got today. Shout out to our boy Che Durena. We appreciate you coming on, Che. Fucking legend. Go check him out on his social sites. He definitely set them all. I don't want to fuck them up, so definitely go back if you don't know what they are. Rewind it and go check that out.
It's
And
CheDurena.
thank you.
One word,
Jason.
because we don't do spaces in this fucking place.
Yeah, spaces are super.
And if you think
dumb.
we're full of shit, the dude's got like almost a million followers just on Instagram alone. So the guy's
And
fucking
he's
legit.
hilarious.
We're not blowing smoke of his ass. He's fucking hilarious. So go check him out, follow him. It's gonna be a good time.
And Cup to Cup show. If you're looking for somebody a little lesser, we are just a podcast who are fucking awesome as well, and we do appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you tell a friend about us. Make sure you follow us on all of our social sites, which does include Instagram, X, and TikTok, and Facebook. Also, while you're on Facebook, join our Facebook group, the CTC OnlyFans. The CTC OnlyFans. We have lots of interaction on there. The interaction's picking up on there. I gotta be honest. I love everybody who is joining in on there and throwing some stuff on there. We appreciate all of you, and also shout out to those like Blair this week who left a voice nugget. Love you guys so much. Use our website to leave voice nuggets, or just drop them on Jason. You can send Jason a voice nugget on Instagram. You can do that as well. Love you guys so much. That's all I got.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, guys. It's December 2nd.
No, it's not
It's
Christmas
gonna be
time.
December 5th.
No.
Fuck yes, it's Christmas time.
You're
It's 100% Christmas time. Yes, it's Christmas time.
I know you don't like it.
I put up my Christmas lights yesterday.
Wow, you did it on the first?
That's great.
Yeah, my whole neighborhood did. It was pretty cool,
I put
actually.
mine up
Our
yesterday.
neighborhood's had Christmas lights up for like a week and a half.
Actually, I'm gonna take that back. That's pretty dope, Kev, that you guys did it all at the same time. I kind of like that.
Yeah, like it was like a four corners. It was I saw them doing it, and I was like, all right, I got
Y'all
you.
call
Let's
your
go.
houses the Four Corners?
No, but it's not a bad
should.
name.
You should, yeah. 100%.
I mean, there's a lot
dude.
of
New T-shirt. Make a T-shirt. Send it out to all the. That's how you get neighborhood friends, bro.
Four Corners.
We're the Four Corners Club.
You're the pillars, really, of the neighborhood, it sounds like.
Okay, bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.